Johansson gave that one on a silver platter, and I tell you, look, Heiskanen just chokes up on the play there. Takes a great shot, but that's a great save, glove save, also by Minnesota's netminder.
4.1 seconds left. My goodness. Johansson tried to clear, didn't get enough on it. We saw Urov sail one out of play in a similar spot in double overtime the other night, so that might have been on Johansson's mind. And now a big draw left of Allstedt, dying second to the third. Johnston got it back. Miro Heiskanen right side, fired a shot blocked out in front. And overtime coming in back-to-back games in this scintillating best-of-7 between the Wild and the Stars.
Well, Minnesota, that's a big plus for Minnesota, just coming back and tying up this hockey. And now they're going to the locker room, a chance to regroup a little bit and see how they come out for another overtime period.
Stars lead the best-of-7, 2-1. But Game 4, after 60 minutes, deadlocked at 2 apiece. Kevin Falness in his best tap dance mode when we come back. Overtime looming. You're listening to Wild Hockey, presented by Grand Casino.
Something shifted. Management went all in, the roster answered, and the state can feel it.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's the state of hockey, right?
He scored!
This is happening now.
Welcome to the state of hockey, Quinn Hughes!
Don't wait for someday. The future is now. Get priority access to playoff tickets when you become a Minnesota Wild member today. Learn more about flexible options at wild.com/forever.
Okay, kids, ever seen a BMO debit card disappear? It goes under my hat, and with a twirl of my wand, magic, it's gone.
Cool. Can you bring it back?
No. But I can lock it on my phone.
Okay, so what now?
Now I go to a BMO branch and get a new one printed instantly.
Sounds like BMO are the real magicians.
Well, yeah, when you put it like that.
Accounts are subject to approval and are provided in the United States by BMO Bank N.A. Member FDIC.
BMO.
Know what happy is? Veggies. Crunchy, crispy, colorful, seasonal, aromatic, juicy veggies. Produce at its freshest. Cub produce. Best produce, period. Guaranteed to make you happy or will replace it. No questions asked. Because good produce makes veggie lovers happy. Just remember, fresh, happy. Stale, limp, and wilted, not happy. You want to make a veggie lover happy? Shop Cub for produce. And shop happy.
Welcome to Old National Bank. Is that a suit of bubble wrap?
Hi. Yeah, I'm all about protecting myself and my finances. I understand Old National takes protection seriously.
You bet. We protect you with advanced fraud monitoring and secure digital banking to protect you today, and dedicated personal bankers to protect your tomorrow.
I'm impressed.
So bubble wrap, huh?
Yeah, came with my couch. Financial protection for today and tomorrow. Old National Bank. Just another reason to get old. Member FDIC.
Texas Spirit started with Tito's handmade vodka. Back in the 90s, we had a dream as big as our home state. With grit, determination, and heart, we broke ground on the first legal distillery in Texas. Today, at the center of the craft spirits movement, we're still Texas-made and Texan-owned. Our copper caps line shelves, and we fill glasses with the smoothest juice around. Remember, just because it looks like vodka doesn't mean it tastes like Tito's. 40% alcohol by volume, naming 80 proof, crafted to be savored responsibly.
Dear hockey fans, Toyota's legendary lineup is always a hat trick. Go coast to coast with the tough-as-nails Tundra or the top-scoring Tacoma. Need room for your whole roster? Grand Highlander's got you covered. They've all got available all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive, too, so slick conditions can't compete. Visit Toyota.com or your local Toyota dealership. Toyota, let's go places.
Screen favor, taps to Sturm. Sturm charging in with a wrister. Blocker save Oettinger. Foligno jabbed at it. He scores! Marcus Foligno ties the game with 5:20 to go! 14:40 of the third, late in regulation. Marcus Foligno somehow gets that puck off the back of Jake Oettinger into the back of the net. Evens the score at 2 apiece, and that's where we sit here in game number 4 for the second time in this series, and the second game in a row
We're headed to overtime. Tom Reed joins for an overtime edition of Tom Reed's Hotline. Text us 64686 if you want to get involved in the conversation. Awesome goal by Foligno, Tom, but I think your heart rate jumped a little bit too when Johansson gave it to Heiskanen. 4.1 left to go, and luckily Jesper Wallstedt was able to stare it down.
I would be sending him to the optometrist to see if he's colorblind or not, but nonetheless, the last game these two teams met, they had 92 minutes and 10 seconds of hockey. We'll see what happens in this one right now. But usually in an overtime, it's going to go real fast or it's going to go real long. And the last time went real long going into 5 overtime. So we'll see what happens with this one right now. But good effort by Minnesota. And that really energized the crowd here, too, as well as the benches down there, the bench on there for Minnesota. But hopefully that will continue. We need that little bit of a boost. We need another win here.
Yep, for sure. Fun to see the chess match continue to evolve here for John Hines. I mean, basically the season on the line, and he pushed all his chips in, put Boldy with Kaprizov and Eck, and just said, let's get them, and they were all out there, and that's what you got to do at this point, right?
Absolutely. You put your best players on the ice. You go to the guys that you go to all season long. You expect your best players to be your best players in situations like this, and Minnesota was out there. That's for sure, making it happen here. But a huge, huge goal for Foligno, too. I mean, that's his first goal of the playoff series, and you can bet that he's fired up coming on that ice and getting ready for that overtime.
He was under fire a little bit from the fan base, from the bloggers earlier on in this season. That'll go a long ways to make up for some of the other things that might have happened earlier in the series. By the way, I'm looking at some of the ice times here, because that's always interesting, and it'll be even more interesting depending on how long this game goes. But Quinn Hughes, 28 minutes and 10 seconds of ice time thus far. Brock Faber, 26 minutes and 16 seconds. 25 and a half minutes for Miro Heiskanen. Shots on goal, Ryan Hartman has 6 of them thus far, Thomas. And Marcus Foligno has 7 hits to lead in that category. Ryan Hartman has 5. On the dot, your leader from regular face-off guys, probably Ryan Hartman, 6 for 6 for 50%.
Yep.
Right now, the Wild is slight edge, 53% to 47.
And they've added an assist now to Hartman on that goal by Faber, which is Minnesota's first goal of the hockey game. So that was back at the 13, I think it's 52 mark of that first period. But now he picks up the one of those situations, and how about the save of the game too, Kevin? He's one. I was just thinking about that again.
Everything.
Yeah, he's been involved. There's no question about it.
That thing was unbelievable because I don't know how that puck didn't go in. I mean, it was him, it was Wallstedt, it was Spurgeon, all conglomerated there in that blue paint, and somehow, some way, they kept it out. And the biggest save of the game thus far was Hartman kicking it out somehow with his right glove and keeping it out of that crease, because that was a heck of a moment of this hockey game.
It was good. There's no question about it. Now the energy hopefully goes to Minnesota again now, but they're going against a very solid team. We know that. We've watched how the Dallas Stars have performed in this hockey game, especially in that first period. They controlled an awful lot there. Of course, Minnesota needs to stay out of the penalty box. They've given up 2 goals tonight. Both of those power play goals by the Stars.
Yeah, stay out of the penalty box, and might be best to keep the Stars out of the penalty box too. It feels like the Wild are playing their best hockey 5-on-5.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right now at this point now. You're in that locker room, and it's pretty quiet. As they get closer to coming back in the ice, then all the energy starts to come through again. Talking about the good start, making sure that they're all set to go once the puck is dropped.
Feel free to send in some questions. You can at 64686. That's what this guy did at the 612 area code. Tom, how you holding up in these back-to-back nail-biters?
Well, I'm holding up. I'm more worried about the players making sure they have enough energy left here to start their second overtime game in a row.
I think Happy Hour is getting to this guy in the 218 area code. Says Kaprizov isn't doing anything. What do you think about a healthy scratch to see if we can light a spark underneath him?
Well, if he's healthy scratch, he's not going to help you then, is he? Because he won't be on the ice. But it can change in a hurry too, especially with players. This game is all about confidence. I don't care what position you're playing. If you feel you can do something, you can do it. I mean, it takes a little more effort perhaps, but at the same time, you got to work with your teammates also to make sure it's going to happen.
From the 480 area code, Tom, I'm not a conspiracy fan, but do you think the NHL wants to see Colorado and Dallas in the next series, and they're trying to tilt the ice in favor of the Stars?
I could care less what the NHL is trying to do. All I care about is Minnesota trying to win this hockey game right now. We'll worry about the other stuff later on, but you know what? It's difficult. I mean, you've got all these teams, and the home team primarily will win the majority of games, but that's not always the case. I think I said earlier, the home team won 13 games and 11 games. That was in the first 24 games of the playoff competition this year. But it's one of those situations too that it holds the interest certainly of the fans. I mean, it's a great time for each of the home teams to get some extra revenue streams coming into their coffers.
Forgot to tell folks to send in your predictions too for overtime. Solon Blaine did. He's predicting Kaprizov in overtime. That would be huge. I don't care who gets it at this point. And we'll get our predictions here. I see Joe putting his headset on. We'll get our predictions here shortly. But I think I'm with you, Tom. I don't care who gets it. You got to get that next goal. Send this series tied at 2 apiece back to Dallas. And boy, that's going to be fun on Tuesday.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure the next goal is scored by Minnesota.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so let's get the predictions out of the way. Joe, we'll let you go first this time.
All right. Man, I went Boldy last time, so let's change it up here. Let's go with Quinn Hughes.
Quinn Hughes.
His brother Jack's in the building, by the way. They showed that on TV a little bit ago, so maybe that'll bring us some luck.
Yeah, his dad's here too. He came to the game, so.
But to be clear, you're picking Quinn Hughes, not Jack Hughes.
I'll take them both. If we can sneak Jack out there, I don't know if there's an 86 on the ice or an 86 jersey ready.
Tom, who you got?
Oh boy, I'm looking at here and just trying to think. Who do I think is headed? I'm going to go with Hartman.
That's a great one. Great choice.
He's pretty a lot of energy out there, so hopefully he can make it happen.
Alvy?
I'm going to go with Matt Boldy.
Matt Boldy. Alexis, how about you? What do you got downstairs in the Bob Kurtz Radio Center?
Give me Kirill. How's nobody taking him yet?
97 off the board, and I'm going to say I'm going to the blue line. I'm going to pick Faber again. I picked him in Game 3. I'm picking him in Game 4. Brock Faber for the win. Gentlemen and ladies, thank you very much. There you go.
Thank you, Kevin. You're welcome, Kevin.
Another
Nice
edition of Tom Reed's Hotline. Intermission style, overtime style. We are tied at 2 apiece. Joe's got Hughes. Tom has Hartman. Halvey Boldy. Alexis has Kaprizov. And I got Brock Faber. Who do you have across the great state of hockey as we get ready for another overtime thriller? It's coming up after a quick break. This is Wild Hockey, presented by Grand Casino.
This is Jonas Brodin.
And I'm Kirill Kaprizov. Here's what's coming up this week in Wild Hockey.
Game 5 of this best-of-7 series is Tuesday night from American Airlines Center. Coverage starts at 6:45. Puck drops just after 7 o'clock on most of these same stations. Game 6, right back here in St. Paul, Thursday night. Time to be announced.
Never miss a second of Wild Hockey. It's all available each night.
Right here on Minnesota Wild Radio Network.
Eric Clapton. September 15th. Grand Casino Arena. With special guest Jimmy Vaughn. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss the Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, Eric Clapton.
Playoff hockey is built on teamwork, trust, and showing up when it matters most. From the pressure of the postseason to the work done every day behind the scenes. Archkey Solutions is a proud sponsor of the Minnesota Wild, and they bring that same mindset to the work they do across job sites nationwide. From the field to the office, they put people first, lead with safety, and invest in real opportunities to grow. Ready to build what matters? Power your career with Archkey. Apply today at archkey.com/wild.
Wendy's OG Spicy Chicken Sandwich just got a total upgrade. Yep, we completely revamped the recipe. New softer bun, tangy pickles, creamy mayo, and crispier chicken.
They're both due. The Penguins are attacking from left to right in their road white sweaters, with Artur Shilovs making his Penguins playoff debut in net. The Philadelphia Flyers attacking from right to left in their home orange sweaters. Dan Vladar in net once again for the Flyers. He's 3-0 in this series. Luke Glendening against Sidney Crosby to take the opening draw down at center ice. The Flyers win it. Opening faceoff is brought to you by number 1 Cochrane Club 1 Rewards. Earn points and save money with every dollar spent on service. Flyers dump it down to the Penguins' end far corner. Couturier tries to cut it off, but Crosby takes it away. Gets it to the neutral zone for Brian Rust, as he'll sweep it deep to the Flyers end far corner. Ricard Raquel races in behind the Flyers net, pokes it up to the point for Carlson. He tried to tap a centering pass to Crosby, got wrapped up by Couturier. Flyers take it back up to center ice, but Carlson steals it away, darts it over the Flyers line in the slot, closed in, fired a shot on net, and a save by Vladar. No score. First shot on net by the Penguins, as Carlson gets pushed down by a couple of Flyers right in front of Vladar's net. And the first shot on net is for the Pens, 34 seconds into this contest.
And they got the puck in deep right away, and they got after it. And Erik Karlsson under duress at his own blue line. How many times have we seen him get out of trouble there, and the pressure was on, and then able to get the puck with speed.
It's overtime in game number 4. Joe O'Donnell, Tom Reed back here with you from Grand Casino Arena. The Wild and the Stars tied 2-2. Second straight game in this series requiring more than 60 minutes. Wild from left to right on your radio dial. Stars from right to left. All right, Tom, what do you expect?
I expect a pretty good start by both these teams. I would expect that Minnesota's got to really take charge of the dropping of this puck and getting possession and go from there. They've rejuvenated this crowd also by getting that final goal, which is a huge, huge plus for Minnesota. And that referees right now, rated center ice, ready to grab the puck and go from there.
There wasn't a whole lot of grade A scoring chances in the first overtime of game 3. Shots were 9-7 Stars in that 20-minute period. Again, the Wild from left to right on your radio dial. Wild keeping that top line loaded up and together. Eriksson, Kaprizov, and Boldy with Hughes and Faber were underway in overtime. Brock Faber, right wing side, hacked a puck to center. It's chipped in by Boldy. Getting to it, Eriksson, filtered in front, swatted away from trouble by Heiskanen. Stars have it. It's Rantanen slapping it around the boards. Faber tried to gallop to it. It rolls away, goes all the way down the ice, but dies just short of icing. So here is Kirill Kaprizov. Picking up the puck deep in his own zone, darting along, played it left wing side, Eriksson. Joel Eriksson got around Heiskanen and fired a side angle shot, shouldered away by Ottinger. Johnston to the rebound. Wyatt Johnston for Dallas had the overtime winner early hours of Thursday morning in game 3. Heiskanen off the rush, a shot, punched away by Volstead. Back of the net they go. Brodin stabbed it around. Johnston came up with it. Wyatt Johnston trying to fire it in front. Muted by Brodin. Robertson scurried to it. Jason Robertson looking for help. Up near the blue line. Worked it to Johnston. Now Harley, a shot blocked by Boldy. It comes free for Myers. Scooped it in front. Held momentarily. And long enough for a whistle, apparently, by the glove of Jesper Volstead.
Yeah, the referees on the backside couldn't see who the puck was. He knew the goaltender was down, so he wanted to make sure he got the whistle blown in time, which he did. And this allowed Minnesota to hopefully get the draw on this one. Minnesota, after 3 periods of play, had won 53% of the draws. And I look at Joel Eriksson, he won 10 out of the 22 that he had. So we'll see where it goes right now. But winning these faceoffs is so important. It gives you a chance to either exit the zone or get off offensive. It gives you a chance to get some shots to the net.
Duchesne and Hartman on the draw. Duchesne won it back cleanly. Harley to Myers, loads, fires, snatched by the glove of Volstead. The only goal in the third at 14:40. Marcus Foligno from Nico Sturm and Brock Faber. Goals for the Stars, Robertson and Heiskanen, both on the power play. Faber and Marcus Foligno for Minnesota, both even strength.
Yeah, face-off be to the left of the Minnesota netminder right now.
1:06 played in the first overtime period. Draw this time to the left of Volstead, so it's Bork and Hartman on it. Hartman won it back with the help of Brodin. Duchesne took him to the end glass. Brodin chipped it free, Bobby Brink. Dinks it along right side, Spurgeon. Sliced it ahead, Marcus Johansson plays at the center. Stars tip it back, Myers. Curls away from Brink. Got it to Harley. And onto the tape now of Maverick Bork, who stumbled for a moment. Regathered his footing. His pass was broken up. Stars from center ice with Bork on it again. Plays it in. Both teams change. Jonas Brodin from deep out of his own end. Off to the right wing side, Spurgeon. Chopped up by Danila Yurov, tips in. Ottinger out with his goal stick. Swooped it along for Lindell. Couldn't get it past Tarasenko. Looked to center. Marcus Foligno turned to his backhand, but it was chipped free by Bishop. From the red line, left side, Huru threw it in. Volstead could only get a piece of it. Sam Steele lobs it along. Stars pick it up. It is Huru cycling it off for Steele. Steele left wing wall. Shifts it back of the net. Huru. The young Finn rolls it back around. Steele to gather. Trying to shake away from Danila Yurov. A point shot by Bischel, whistled wide. Fresh off the bench is Radek Faksa. He had it stripped free by Middleton. Bogosian trying to chase to it. Bischel pinched in. Bogosian battled it loose, but couldn't clear. Faksa to center point. Lindella's shot hammered wide. Chopped out by the Wild. Bouncing puck in the high slot. And Tarasenko didn't get the puck out. It's Faksa, left side. Shooting, blocked by Bogosian. That hobbled him. Bogosian slow to get up. Wild in some trouble here. Faksa to Beck. Up high Lindell. D-to-D. Heiskanen has a goal in this game. Heiskanen back to Asa Lindell. Shooting one. Volstead traps it and hangs on.
Yeah, I'm watching right now. I'm watching Bogosian also. He's kind of bent over there. He's got that lower body injury to begin with, but he's a gamer, wanted to play, and Minnesota got a little sloppy there, giving up that puck in the last draw, and right now it's going to be the face-off, which this overtime period has been played in Minnesota's defensive zone at this stage.
Again, no Niels Lundqvist for the Stars. They have been a 5 defensemen for quite some time now. Really, their first injury that we're aware of in this series. I'm sure more guys are banged up, but first time they've lost a player for any type of sequence in this series. Hughes rims it around. Kaprizov tips free. Boldy over the offensive blue line. Pivots, protects, lost his footing down low, and lost the puck. Wild try to dig it free. Kaprizov hunts it down. Heiskanen got it loose. 2-on-1 for the Stars if they hurry. But Johnston had to kind of battle back for that puck. Now Harley left side. A shot rose well high and wide. Came off the end glass. Collected by Faber for a moment. Now Ritzkovian to twist it along. Heiskanen's got it for Dallas. To the left side, Harley. Back across the grain. With it is Justin Ritzkovian. He'll fight Harley. Left side, a shot. Stopped by Volstead.
A good puck movement once again by the Dallas Stars. They do a good job. They get in the offensive zone there. They go tape-to-tape passing. They're getting those shots also. They have 39 shots right now at the end of the session. They had a total of 36, so that shows us 3 shots so far in this overtime period, which we've done 3 minutes and 21 seconds.
Another draw on Wild Ice. This one to the right of Volstead, who is situating himself, getting some water. Hartman and Duchesne on it. Last time they were in the spot, Duchesne pulled on his backhand cleanly to the point. He's got Heiskanen back there now. Hartman and Duchesne tie each other up. Stepping to it is Minnesota's Bobby Brink. He'll spin it off to Hartman. The Wild exit cleanly. Ryan Hartman at the offensive blue line. Fluttered a pass that was tipped. Maverick Bork counters. Hits the red line, slams it in. Volstead only got a chunk of it back of his net. Spurgeon pins up Duchesne to the right of Volstead. A couple of bodies from each side are in there. Puck battle so crucial right now. Overtime in game 4. Score tied at 2. Stars lead the best of 7, 2-1. Spurgeon intercepts. Got a pass off to Hartman, who flings it rink wide. Brodin in front of the Wild bench. Chops it in. The Wild change. Heiskanen back. Hounded by Hartman. Had his stick lifted. It came out through the slot. But it's picked up by Maverick Bork at Dallas, who hits the center line and springs it in. Again, Volstead out. This time with Dallas changing. He's able to hand it to Hughes. Hughes with 200 feet in front of him. Darts through center. Fired it ahead. It ricocheted free. Sturm, a shot caught the glass. Nick Foligno there. Jabbed it back of the net. Michael McCarron, who had that huge goal in game 3, checked off the puck. Sam Steele to Leon Bischel. Nearly lost it at center. Just fluttered it in. Faber and Hughes come back after it. Stars are there first on the scene, though. 4.5 played in overtime. Hughes trying to ratchet it loose. It hit a skate. Stays in the corner to the right of Volstead. McCarron looking for any players that might be in front as a log jam to the right of Volstead continues. Jamie Benn picks it up for Dallas. Hughes checks in well. Benn able to fight through it. Wanted to knife it up high. McCarron cut it off and twisted the puck to center.
Yeah, good play by McCarron. Just get the puck out of the defensive zone.
Myers tried to go quickly ahead in transition. That didn't connect cleanly. Here's Nick Foligno racing in. He's got some room right side. Turned, spun a shot. It tipped wide. No penalty call. Fans looking for one. McCarron labels it back of the net. Bogosian a pinch in right side. Still without a Stanley Cup playoff goal in his career for Zach Bogosian. Would now be a great time as Marcus Foligno to Jake Middleton for a shot. Knocked down in front. They bat away at it. Middleton will grab it and spin it around. Bogosian pinches in. Hustled it back behind the net for Danila Yurov. Myers wraps him up in the corner.
Oh boy,
Myers held Yurov. Play continues. Leon Bischel now for Dallas. Chipped it up, not out. Bogosian kept the line. Spun it back of the cage. Waiting for it. Myers on his forehand just drilled it along the glass, and it leaks to center. Bogosian on the regroup. Stars trying to get a change. Quick head-manning pass. Wild back in onside. Yurov slams it off the end glass. Boldy, the first man to it. Fresh off the Wild bench, Matt Boldy. Stapled there along the glass by Ritzkovian. Marcus Foligno to jump off for a fresh body. As Tyler Myers plays it back of his own net. Bischel spins, angles it back to Myers, who drilled it up, not out. Kept in Kaprizov, centering Eric Jeanette. Tapped it to Boldy for a shot. And it glanced off a body and just wide. Ottinger was down and out. Spurgeon keeps the line to Brodin left side. Back to the captain Spurgeon. Fakes a shot. Boldy a one-timer. Hit a body and deflected wide. Brodin holds in. Wild in business here. Spurgeon down low. A tip by Boldy went wide. Bischel will gather. He gave it away. Eric Sinek down low from below the goal line. Around the net of Ottinger to Spurgeon. A shot. It's loose in front. And the Stars able to find it. Ritzkovian skies to center. Brodin in transition, quickly to Spurgeon. Spurgeon steps around to check, has a man in front, threw one that way, but Myers tied up Hartman. Rantanen can't clear. Quinn Hughes at the left point, bounces it back down low. Rantanen right side, skies it out the center, no icing. Hughes back to pick it up, bounced it along, Faber tips in. Ottinger out to his right to handle it. Swung it around for Rantanen. Good chances for both teams here in overtime. 7 minutes played in the extra session, still tied at 2 in game 4. It's Hughes in his own left circle. Crowd rising again. Here is Quinn Hughes to lug it along for Minnesota. Faked an up ice pass. Gained the center line and frisbeed it in. Jabbed at by Harley, not cleared. Hartman a shot. Ottinger made the save off that giveaway. Up against the post to his left. Brink on it with some help. Johansson tips it free for Faber. Faber a wrister, hit Hartman and bounced to the corner. Stars trying to clear, and they'll fire it out to the neutral zone.
Right, by Minnesota, just very offensive minded right now, doing a great job in the offensive zone.
Hughes reattacks and flies it back in. Back is Harley. McCarron was there for a moment. Now the Stars with Heiskanen to the right wing side. Duchesne lobbed it along. Robertson all by himself flexes it deep. Volstead to push it the way of Marcus Johansson. Ben bails off the forecheck. Here's Johansson carrying the Wild up ice. Marcus Johansson hit the center stripe, floated it in. Ottinger hangs onto it with his glove. Stars can't change because that puck was dumped in from the other half of the red line. 12:03 to go in overtime.
Good effort by Minnesota right now. They're getting opportunities in this overtime. First overtime, 12:03 remaining here. Shots right now are 40-34 in favor of Dallas, but it's a 2-2 game, and the faceoff will be to the left of Jake Ottinger.
Another look at the replay. That shot by Boldy off the nice passing play, Tom. Tyler Myers with 3 blocks in game 3. Got his telephone pole of a hockey stick out there to keep that one away.
Yeah, big body once again. Was he 6'9"?
McCarron and Fox on the draw. Fox had nudged it back. Heiskanen left wing side. Comes along slowly and bounced it through center ice. Knocking it down, Brodin twisted the Spurgeon, who leveraged up to catch that pass right side and hacks it ahead. Nick Foligno did not deflect it. They say it's icing on Minnesota.
Oh boy.
And now the Stars make a change.
Little things like that do make a difference. The detail is so important when you get in a situation like this. And right now the faceoff is going to be deep in the Minnesota zone to the left of Jesper Volstead, who has stopped 38 out of 40 shots that have come his way.
The elder Foligno and Wyatt Johnston on the draw. Johnston got it back. Heiskanen to the left side. Lindell waits some more. Fired one. Big rebound there. Nick Foligno jabbed at it. Left side Sturm muscled it up, not out. Ritzkovian held in. Played back behind the Wild net. Brodin stops behind the cage of Volstead. Spun it right side. McCarron chucked it out to the neutral zone. Sturm bottled up by Lindell. Sturm fought through it. Paddled it to Spurgeon. Chips in from there. The Wild change. Ottinger with his goal stick. Left it back of the net. McCarron took a healthy run at Heiskanen. Now it's Essa Lindell for Dallas. Shots are 41-34 Stars in this 2-2 game in overtime of game 4. No icing here on Dallas. Wild bench upset. It's whipped along by Faber. Stepping in onside Kaprizov with Boldy. Trying to fire it that way. Harley blocked it. Kaprizov stole it and risked it one. Harley blocked that to the corner glass. Puck stays in play. 2 big plays by Harley there after he nearly gifted one to Kirill Kaprizov. Harley off the Bischel. Scooped along Duchesne. Hughes will bail out and Duchesne will motor along for Harley. Thomas Harley in onside to Jason Robertson. A shot knocked down in the slot. Paddled along by Minnesota and shifted to center. Nearing the midway point of overtime. Bischel to Duchesne. Cuts on his edges, over the blue line. Now Maverick Bork. There's a loose stick on the ice to the left of Volstead. It's Bork's wrister, a little backhander, I should say. Blocked out in front. Here comes Joel Eriksson finding Marcus Foligno. Rumbling in right side. Foligno trying to dance past Bischel. Stopped, and Bischel cleaned him up. Puck sent down the ice by Dallas. Icing waved off. Hurrying to it, Spurgeon. Able to rim it around his end boards to Danila Yurov. Spun with it. Knocked it along. And it ends up out of play.
Yeah, that's going to keep the face-off deep in the Minnesota zone once again. And 11 remaining here in the first overtime period. Shots right now 41-34 in favor of the visitors. They're huddled up now just inside Minnesota's blue line. Everyone has a job. What are they going to try and do? A little bit of strategy here, perhaps. And now Minnesota players have their strategy as well as what happens here if we win or if we lose a draw.
Sturm on the face-off for Minnesota. He muscled it back. Brodin hog-tied by Sam Steele. Steele trying to dislodge his puck. Now Brodin ties him up. Sturm's in there as well. So is Arttu Huru. Ben and Spurgeon for the respective sides also join the scrum. Loose puck over the right shoulder of Volstead. Ben able to weave it to the point. Lindell. D-to-D, a one-timer by Heiskanen found its way through. Volstead made the save. Nick Foligno absorbs a check. Steele pins him up. Ben trying to dig it free. Nick Foligno chopped it down low. Steele through Brodin down to the ice. Now over the left shoulder of Volstead. Spurgeon nudged it loose. Nick Foligno, little bank pass for McCarron. McCarron at center ice. Chipped it ahead. Heiskanen back for it. Miro Heiskanen weaving it off the boards. Nick Foligno knocked it down. Jamie Benn comes up with it in a 3-on-3 through center. The backside pressure took it away from him. Ben then left it in open ice. Nico Sturm steals. Steele finding Tarasenko. In onside, Vladimir Tarasenko protects the puck, and Myers sent him down. Ottinger jumps on top of it.
Tarasenko came right back in that by the blue paint area of the opposition net, and that brought a couple of defensemen right out to make something happen, but no damage done. We get a chance to scrape the ice.
9:14 to go. First overtime period of Game 4. Just to get you caught up to speed. Wild won Game 1 6-1. Stars took Game 2 at American Airlines Center 4-2 with a late empty net power play goal to salt it away. Wednesday night trickled into Thursday morning. April the 22nd quickly became the 23rd. The Stars won 4-3 in double overtime. Wyatt Johnston on the power play with a deflection. Here we are in Game 4. Wild trailed 1-0 early, tied it before the first intermission. Found themselves down 2-1 late in the second on another power play goal by the Stars. Their 8th of the series. And at 14:40 the third, Marcus Foligno, tied it with his first of the postseason. And now with 9:14 to go in the first overtime, it's still 2-2 in Game 4.
Yeah, these two teams are tired. You can bet it. There's no question about it. Not just the physical part, but the mental part of it. What you have to do every time you step on the ice, you know you have to make a play here that's going to help your hockey club. And when you make a mistake, boy, you got to rattle yourself in a hurry to get back into the situation. But right now, as they finish scraping the ice here, both these teams taking a little bit of a rest over at their respective benches.
Jesper Volstead came in with a .916 save percentage in this series. He's been excellent again in Game 4, stopping 40 of 42. Ottinger's been pretty good at the other end, 33 saves on 35 shots to this point. So the ice has been scraped. A brief break for both teams to gather themselves. What's talked about on the benches at a time like this, Tom?
Well, it's just an encouragement. Every time you go on the ice, go, go, go. You know, you're telling each other what you have to be ready to. But you really have to be mindful when you're on that bench, who you're going to replace when they come off. So we don't want to get too many men on the ice, which we saw a game ago. So we want to make sure that they're ready on the bench, and the coaching staff also has to make sure they direct the right players to get out there.
Eriksson and Ritskovian on the face-off to the left of Ottinger. Kaprizov and Boldy flanking Eriksson. Hughes in favor of the defense pair. Stars win the draw back. It's sailed ahead by Heiskanen. There's another one of those flip and chase by the Stars that they do so well. Wyatt Johnston turns it over to Hughes, who gallops ahead. Flipped it off to Boldy. Matt Boldy, left wing side, stumbled. Got back to his skates. Boldy behind the net for Hughes. Hughes deep in the offensive zone for the Wild. Carving it to the right point. Faber. A wrist shot. Found its way through. Rebound. Oh! Ottinger saved the day. Robbing Eriksson. Loose puck for Minnesota. Ottinger's lost his stick. Eriksson to Faber. A drive blocked. Blocked by Ritskovian. Faber slashes it back down low. Still no stick for Ottinger. Kaprizov, right wing corner offensive zone. Cross check down. And the Stars pick up the puck. Ritskovian got it to the neutral zone. Wyatt Johnston on side. Floats it to Rantanen for a shot that narrowly missed the far post. Harley to it. Jabbed it down low. Thomas Harley trying to sneak it free. Kaprizov reverses. Minnesota scurrying to this puck. Eriksson Ek pitchforks to center. In the neutral zone, Boldy hounds it. Couldn't come up with it. Robertson peels it back for Tyler Myers. Myers to Harley. Snapped along. Onside, left wing wall. Bork trying to turn Faber. Bork spins. Bought himself some space to the point. Harley's shot ricochet just wide off the outside of the post. Cycled down low by the Stars is Duchesne with 2 assists in the game. Had it pried off his tape. Harley stepped to it, rimmed it around. Some tired Wild players out here now, including the defense pair of Faber and Hughes. 7:40 to go in overtime. Bork to the point. Myers has it, loads, fires, kick save, Volstead. Rebound to Bork. He'll step to a drive. Kick save, Volstead. Rebound scooped away by Hughes. Starting ahead is Brink. Right side, Brink at the offensive line floats in. Myers checked in the corner as Johansson was on the forecheck pressure. Robertson to the weak side D. Myers swerved around Hartman. Tyler Myers up by to Robertson. Left circle. Toe drag move. Fanned on his shot. Nearly got it back. Bischel now bothered. Puck ricochets free. Can the Wild get there? They can't. Bischel's long reach kept Nico Sturm at bay. 7:05 to go in overtime. Duchesne through center, slow down. Grabbing it is Lindell. Rumbles his way in. As Lindell carves it around the net. Bischel tipped back to the point. Nobody there for a moment. Jamie Benn will take it back out to center and play catch with Sam Steele. Stars bank it ahead. Huru threw it deep. Back behind his own net. Volstead worked it around right side. Ben jumped Sturm. Centered off the forecheck. The Wild dig it free. It's loose. It's Huru a shot. Blocked. Huru another bit blocked. Third try. Just leaked off a body and went wide. Ben to it. Stars buzzing. It's Lindell to Bischel. A hurried shot deflected wide. Jamie Benn able to grab it right wing side. Flung it to the point and Lindell has to play it at center. What action for both teams. Chasing back in after it is Huru. McCarron ran him to the ditch. Spurgeon around the Wild net. Left wing pass for Marcus Foligno. Foligno cuts past some pressure. Gains the center line. Foligno weaving through the neutral zone. Powers ahead and backhands it deep. Ottinger out. Moved it to Heiskanen. Miro Heiskanen with some good poise. Skates ahead and finds Sam Steele. Rattled it in. Rantanen was in way early. Would have been offside. Grabbing it, Marcus Foligno. Touch back for Faber. His pass connects with Hughes. Hughes trickling his way through center. Worked it to Eriksson Ek. Tapped off Kaprizov. Left circle. Faked the shot. Threw it to the back post. Spinning. Boldy a shot. Ottinger the save.
Boy, we've seen saves at both ends, especially at the Dallas Stars, and Minnesota's done a great job of getting that puck there, but there's Ottinger. That big frame of his able to secure that puck once again, and that'll bring the face-off to his left, I believe. But boy, oh boy, this has been fire wagon hockey, as you want to call it. No question, it's going to be one of those battles. It's going to be, next shot could win this one, Joe. This is so important right now. This is so much fun.
What a quick stop and spin by Boldy, the left of Ottinger just above the goal line. And I don't know how he stopped it, but he did. And he got a whistle. 5:45 to go in game 4 in the first overtime. Stars win the draw back. Heiskanen left wing corner. Skies ahead. Loving it down was Bork. Bork had it stripped on the backside. Pressure by Boldy. Flipped it ahead. Kaprizov back to Boldy. Boldy left side. Try to cruise it in front. It deflected. Kirill Kaprizov. In the regular season, the Wild's all-time leader in overtime goals. Faber now a shot. Tipped by Boldy. Rebound. They score, but he kicked it in. Boldy kicked it in. They're going to wave it off immediately. He used his right leg to soccer style it down. Unfortunately, it went in. That's going to be 2 goals waved off on the scene for Minnesota.
There's no goal in the play. Distinct kicking motion, no goal.
My goodness.
Oh, boy.
And not much you can say or do about that one. We'll get a look at it. Tipped off the chest of Ottinger, and Boldy used his right leg to go up and deflect it. Heck of a play, but unfortunately he plays hockey and not soccer.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even arguing the call. They're not going to challenge that one, that's for sure.
He actually double kicked it off his kneecap, his shin pad, and then part of his skate, so the draw comes out the center. Stars win the faceoff back. Myers labels it along, tipped in by Foxa, picked up by Bogosian right side, smacked off the boards, Vladimir Tarasenko. Lost it at center ice, regathered, found Marcus Foligno, rimmed it in the netting with 5:10 to go in the first overtime.
Yeah, that's going to keep the faceoff. I believe it's going to be deep in the Dallas Stars zone also to the left of their netminder. Shots 44-39 in favor of the visitors, but it's a 2-2 game. Hughes' goal by Foligno at 14:40 tied up this game at 2 apiece.
Who wants to be the hero for the hometown Wild? McCarron replaces Urov on the draw. Tarasenko to his right, Marcus Foligno to his left. Off the draw, it's pushed deep in Dallas ice. Bischel reaches for it. McCarron pinned him up. Getting the loose puck, Foligno left side, wristing a shot. It was knocked down in front. Oettinger uses goal stick to carve it away from trouble. Jake Middleton pinches in to keep Oscar Beck from clearing out. A battle left of Oettinger. Checked from behind there was a Wild player in Vladimir Tarasenko. Back of the net they go. Two teams trying to come up with it. Bischel finds it. Banked it off the board. Stolen by Tarasenko, who squeezed it down low. Myers stepped to it. Chiseled it up. Brodin kept in fresh off the bench. Jonas Brodin right side. Played to the point. Spurgeon strive. Glanced off a body and went wide. Blackwell reverses. Myers has a bit of real estate with the Wild changing. He'll play catch with Bischel. That return pass got away. Hustling to it, Johansson left side. Shooting one. Glove save Oettinger.
Oh boy. Oettinger, he got that big glove and that big body of his, also makes the save on that one. That'll keep the face-off deep in the Stars' zone.
Time winding down in overtime. 4:20 to go in the first overtime. Shots are 44-40 in favor of Dallas. Hartman, Johansson, Brink, Faber, and Hughes. Now Johansson and Brink switch sides. Brink to the right of Hartman. The right shot against Wyatt Johnston on the draw for Dallas. It goes off the boards. Lindell plucked it behind his own net. Harley tried to clear. It was tipped. Hustling to it, Hartman. Left side, Hartman. Centered. A shot. Brink hammered it wide. It must have been tipped just at the last moment by Johnston. We'll try to get a look at the replay. And boy, Johansson was wide open at the right circle, too. Stars have turned some pucks over here. Stretch pass by the Wild. Hartman in on side. Left wing boards Hartman. Handed it off Johansson. Cuts around the flat-footed Essa Lindell. Floats to the point Faber. D to D Hughes. Hughes trying to get around Ritzkovian. Hughes spins along the left wing wall. Hughes with it. Up high. Feeds Faber. Right side a shot. And it's handled by Oettinger. Looked behind him, but got a whistle as he did a snow angel to make sure that puck didn't squeeze in.
Minnesota had great chances, Joe, in this overtime. No question. Well, they've had the better of the opportunities, but can't find the opening yet. And try it once again. The face-off is going to be deep in the Dallas zone to the left of their netminder.
Oh, the puck just jumped on Bobby Brink, Tom, and then he did miss all on his own. Blocker side, there was room. It just got up on its edge at the last moment. He throws his head to the rafters after that previous whistle. Stars win the face-off back. Duchesne got it back. Stars clear to the neutral zone. Hughes picks it up. Quinn Hughes through his own slot with his head up the whole way. Hughes darting through the neutral zone. Fed it along. Eriksson Ek just chops in wide of the cage. Oettinger knocked it to his right. Tyler Myers under some pressure. Blasted it around the boards. Robertson got it to center. Faber swats it back in, or as far as he can. The linesman's got to get out of the way there. Faber now slings it to the left side in his own end for Hughes. Stars getting some fresh players out. It's Quinn Hughes. Rockets a pass off the boards. Eriksson Ek in onside. Try to bounce it down low. Myers picked it up and got it to Robertson. Into the wheelhouse now of Huru. R2 Huru watched by Faber. Huru stops out of the left wing corner. Turned to his forehand. Faber bottled him up. Under 3 minutes to go in the first overtime. 2-2 in game 4. Stealing is Boldy. Got his way to center. Boldy trying to battle to keep it alive. Couldn't. Liam Bischel now for Dallas. Good pass to Steele. Steele has some room left. Circle a shot. Big rebound off of Volstead. But the Wild punch it to center. On a regroup, Harley hammers it back in. Right side Faber. Slowed down by Steele. Faber trying to steer it along. It's knocked out towards the Wild slot. Boldy able to intercept and sky ahead. Icing waved off. Wild trying to hustle on a change. Back for it is Thomas Harley. Harley hits the neutral zone, lofted it along, tipped in by Beck, Volstead out. Left wing side, Nick Foligno used the ice beneath him and reversed it. Spurgeon got a piece of it. He'll hustle to it right side and lift to center. Michael McCarron batted it down into the wheelhouse of Nick Foligno, trying to step around Heiskanen. Nick Foligno spins out of the corner, ribbed it around the Stars net, waiting for it Lindell. He'll connect with Oscar Beck, who fed it out to the neutral zone. Spurgeon broke it up. Nick Foligno touches it right back in. $1.50 to go in overtime. Lindell around to Beck. Beck just forcing the issue to center. Bogosian raced back for it. Good pass onto the tape. Bobby Brink trying to weave past the check. Brinks it onside. Right wing wall. Dropped it all the way back. It's Hartman across the blue line. Now right circle. Hartman fired one across the green. It missed wide. Hughes to gather with 90 seconds to go in overtime. Off to Johansson for a drive. Fought off awkwardly by the blocker of Ottinger, and the rebound played the center. Scurrying back for it is Johansson. Johansson picking up steam through center. Marcus Johansson swooped it over the blue line, free for Hughes. Hughes cut past the check. Quinn Hughes in the slot, waiting, shooting one. It was tipped down in front and swatted back the other way. 70 seconds to go in overtime. Both teams trying to finish a change. Shots are 45-42 Dallas. From left to right on your radio dial, here's Hughes. Knifing past some trouble. Launched it ahead. Boldy trying to bat it in. Boldy was slowed down. Spins with the puck, does Boldy. Rimmed it back of the net looking for Kaprizov. Cut off by the Stars defense. And it's labeled off the glass. Spurgeon kept in for a moment. Johnston batted at the center. The Wild regroup. It's Brodin.
Yeah, Minnesota's done a great job of puck possession in this overtime.
Kaprizov fires one in. Boldy hustling to it with 40 seconds to go in overtime. Boldy dumped in the corner by Myers. Boldy gets back to his skates. A puck battle here over the left shoulder of Ottinger. Boldy trying to stab it free. Bumped by Myers again. Racing to a Kaprizov. Up high for Spurgeon. Spurgeon a shot. They score! Matt Boldy tips it in! Matt Boldy wins it in overtime! The Wild win Game 4, 3-2, and we've got a series! It's all knotted up at 2 apiece!
Oh, what a goal! And look at Minnesota right now. All those players right on top of Boldy. Boldy, what a heck of a game. And he gets the win. But Minnesota was so good, Joe, in that overtime. They were the better of the team. They make it work. Final shot 45-43, but Minnesota winds up winning this one. Huge goal for the Wild. And it becomes a 3-2 game. Change that scoreboard now because that's what it is. And we're going to Dallas. It's the best 2 or 3.
This place is electric. 28.9 seconds left in the first overtime. And Boldy with a nifty tip in front.
What a player. You know, your best become your best, but this entire team was so good in this contest. The way they worked together, they battled back, they never gave up. And here's the call.
Minnesota! Goal, the playoffs.
There's an urgency to their game here tonight in this Game 4.
Another face-off in the Flyers zone, this one to the left of Ladar. And Dvorak wins it against Ben Kindle as the Flyers couldn't clear it. Soderblom far circle, takes it to the corner, rims it up the wall with a near point Letang. Chipped it over to Kindle at the half boards, got it to Mantha inside the circle. He'll take it down to the corner. Take a shoulder from Drysdale. Soderblom tries to drag it away, plays it along the boards. Kindle with it at the hash mark, snaps it up to Girard. High slot Letang, works it to the far point. One arms it to the circle. At the corner, backhanded centering pass that got kicked wide. But at the near point, Girard sends it deep. Dvorak takes it the other way. Flyers hustling into the Penguins zone. It's Martone in the circle, tied up by Soderblom. Shot fired, pad saved by Shilovs. Penguins kick it out of harm's way to the far circle. They'll reset with 2:20 to go in this first. Penguins lead 1-0. Sam Girard waiting behind Shilov's net. Plays it ahead of the neutral zone. It missed Blake Lizotte, but it hit a Flyer, so no icing. Down to the Flyer zone it goes. Far corner, Lizotte got stapled into the boards. Dewar takes the puck away. Deshay at the far point. Rister didn't get through. Taken away by Hathaway. He'll send it rink wide to Couturier. Over the Flyers logo. Chips it down to the Penguins' end near corner. Solovyov racing after it. Glendening got in front of him, but never grabbed the puck. Penguins can't clear it. Drysdale far circle. Shot gets blocked by Ryan Shea and deflects out of play. Meanwhile, a heavy hit on Noel Acciari. Then Blake Lizotte takes down Garnet Hathaway. Acciari is still down on the ice.
I think he got cross-checked in the ribs. He's hurting. Lizotte came in and blasted a Flyer to the ice after, and it looks like... Oh, no, they're taking 2 guys here. They're taking Hathaway as well, I think.
Blake Lizotte is going to the box. Hathaway is going to the bench right now.
It was Hathaway that got Nola Chari.
46 minor penalty, cross-checking.
And it's just Lizotte going. Well, this is a situation for the Penguins here with a penalty when it should be evened up. So you got to get this kill. Dan Muse is not happy on the Penguins bench right now. They got to find a way to get this kill here and not let this be a moment here in Game 4.
And Lizotte, such a big piece of the penalty kill, is in the box for the next two. We've got 1:48 to go in the opening period. 1-0 the Penguins lead.
And I'm trying to see on the bench if Achari's there. He's on the penalty kill right now. Obviously, one of the bigger penalty killers as the Penguins win the faceoff, and it's dumped on the ice by Wotherspoon.
That's a good point. The Penguins are without Blake Lizotte, obviously, and right now it looks like Nola Chari unavailable too. Not quite seeing him on the bench.
Two big penalty killers for the Penguins.
Zegras skating into the Penguins zone, had a couple of moves but couldn't keep hold of the puck. Wotherspoon got it down to the corner, fighting for it along the boards. Wotherspoon gets taken down. They're still shoveling after the puck in the near corner in the Penguins zone. Squeaks out to the circle to Drysdale at the point. Drysdale along the blue line. High slot, far circle. Wrister fought off by Shelovs. Long rebound to Zegras. He'll take it above the near circle and slow it down at the point. The high slot Drysdale with 1 minute to go in this opening period. Zegras, one-timer, saved by Shelovs. Exactly a minute to go in the opening period. Penguins lead 1-0. They're shorthanded and are hoping to enter the second period shorthanded for the first 12 seconds. And it looks like Nola Chari is out there on the ice. That's a great sign.
Yeah, you're missing Lizotte in the box right now. You got to have at least one of those guys at your disposal here in the shorthanded situation.
Especially because they take so many face-offs, too. Right now, it's a Chari to take the face-off against Christian Dvorak. As it looked like Skinner was trying to get the officials' attention. And the official skates over to the Penguins bench, talking with Kevin Elliott, the head athletic trainer.
What's going on down there? They're taking Achari
out.
Off the ice to the dressing room right now. I can't tell what the issue was there.
Connor Dewar will take the draw. To the left of Artur Shelovs, exactly 1 minute to go in this first. Penguins lead 1-0. Dewar wins the draw. Carlson clears it up, not out. Konechny keeps it alive near point. Tied up by Raquel. He tries to drag it out of the Penguin zone. Still can't sweep it just yet, but Carlson will. A soft dump into the Flyers zone.
Penguins have done a good job, shorthanded or 5-on-5 on battles tonight. In battles, coming up with pucks.
Highly necessary in Game 4. Down in this series, 3-0. Owen Tippett in full flight over the Penguins line. Shoveled it to Konechny. Far half wall. Got it to Michkov. Michkov down at the hash marks of the circle. And behind the net to Dvorak. Back to Michkov at the corner. Flipped up to Ristolainen at the point. Heads towards the slot. Far circle, Michkov. One touch pass to Tippett. Out of his reach as Ryan Shea poked it away.
Perfect read by Ryan Shea in that situation. Trying to set up a bumper shot play, and Shea read him like a book.
10 seconds to go in the opening period. Penguins lead 1-0. They're shorthanded. Erik Karlsson breaks off a pass, and Ben Kindle will clear it down. 3 seconds down to 2-1. And that'll do it for the first period. Penguins with a 1-0 lead thanks to a Sidney Crosby power play goal. His first of the playoffs. And so far, they're good on the penalty kill. 1 for 1 and 12 seconds away of being 2 for 2. Those 12 seconds will be had at the beginning of the second.
Yeah, it's great to have the lead right now for the Penguins after the first period. A nice executed power play goal. Really smart play by Karlsson to find Crosby. But overall, the execution, the skating, outnumbering the Flyers, winning battles. That game is there right now for them, and they spent a lot of time in the offensive zone as well. Nice to come out of this period with a lead.
The Penguins strike first, hoping to add to it. to hopefully force this series back to Pittsburgh for Monday night. Ryan Metzer is standing by. He'll have the first intermission report for us as the Penguins lead the Flyers 1-0 through 20. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
The heaviest metal credit card of all time. Rumored to be one of only 18 in existence. Plated with the very same tungsten that forged the International Space Station. And wielded at business dinners like a samurai sword. It's a classic corporate power move. But the real power move? Having end-to-end visibility on your most critical shipments. FedEx, the new power move.
Ever dreamed about signing with the Penguins? Now you can. With the Penguins Power Play package from FNB, you can be a part of the team with a Pens branded debit card, cashback credit card, and personal checks. Plus, score exclusive rewards like discounts on tickets, Pens gear, and more. Sign with the Penguins at fnb-online.com/Penguins. FNB, the official bank of the Pittsburgh Penguins. FNB, member FDIC, credit card subject to approval. See site for details.
The Pittsburgh Penguins and Mitsubishi Electric have teamed up to transform the game day experience with the new state-of-the-art Diamond Vision video display system. See this display in action and find out why they are known as the makers of amazing by visiting MitsubishiElectric.com today.
Glassmere Fuel Service is hiring CDL fuel delivery drivers. We're building a new starting lineup in Altoona, plus hiring new drivers in Latrobe and Tarentum. Call 800-235-9054 or apply today at glassmerefuel.com.
The best way to follow the Stanley Cup playoffs is here. The NHL app is your place to get every highlight from every game of every series. Behind-the-scenes playoff content you won't get anywhere else. The most NHL Edge advanced stats, keeping you up to date from round 1 through the Stanley Cup final. When it comes to following the playoffs, don't settle for anything less. The Stanley Cup playoffs are better on the NHL app.
This is the Penguins Live Intermission Report.
And welcome into our first intermission report, where it is a win or go home situation for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Well, they lead the Philadelphia Flyers 1-0 after one period of play at Xfinity Mobile Arena here in Game 4 of this opening round series. Brian Metzer here with you, and the game starts off with Penguins looking pretty good out of the hop, or off the hop, carrying play a little bit. However, Anthony Mantha took a penalty at 9:52 for holding. They had some chances, the Flyers did. Artie Shilos and his penalty killers were able to kill off that penalty and set things up for a Pittsburgh Penguins power play goal. Sidney Crosby gets on the board, his first of the series at 14:24 with Denver Barkey in the box for high sticking. Got his stick up into the face of Sam Girard. I'm not sure if he embellished it at all after the high stick, but it was enough to get a penalty and a power play for the Penguins. Sid went to work, taking a one-time pass from kind of behind himself and put it into an area where he could one-time it past Dan Vladar for a 1-0 lead. Penguins had to kill off another one, which they're still working on. At 18:12, Blake Lizotte went to the box for cross-checking after sticking up for his line mate, Nola Chari. He took a dual hit from a couple of Flyers, one of which was Sean Couturier. He thought it was kind of accidental. Lizotte comes in and throws a cross-check, and he's serving some time for that. Flyers are leading in shots after this period, 9-5, but the Penguins largely carried play throughout, so hopefully they can continue that as they move through the evening. When we come back, a conversation with Josh Yeo. He's standing by. He's from The Athletic. He talks to us next on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Dear team, thanks for showing up for me with the best face paint and taunting the other team in the kindest way. For standing on your seat when I need the support and screaming until your throat hurts because you know it makes a difference. For wearing my number. For being the best teammates a player could ask for. At Highmark, we're proud to be cheering alongside the best teammates. Fans like you. Because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Official health plan of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Pittsburgh-based EQT Corporation is the top natural gas producer in the United States and is a proud sponsor of the Pittsburgh Penguins' pathway to net zero. EQT is an industry leader in cutting emissions and using our region's clean resources to replace dirtier sources of energy overseas. EQT and the Penguins are focused on achieving key climate goals and reducing emissions across Pittsburgh and beyond. Visit EQT.com to learn more about how EQT is moving towards the future and setting the standard for production of affordable, reliable, and clean energy.
As the largest and most experienced program in the region, UPMC Sports Medicine knows that injuries can happen to anyone, whether you're a weekend athlete, a rising star, or even a seasoned pro. That's why we offer a complete range of services and experts to help treat and prevent sports-related injuries to get you back in the game. To make an appointment, visit upmcsportsmedicine.com. The UPMC is the official healthcare provider of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Tired of the cold and shoveling snow? Same. This year, make an easy escape from winter by switching to S&T Bank. With online and mobile banking, you're always in control. Set savings goals, track your budget, and transfer funds faster than you can say, "Pina colada, please." With convenient locations and ATMs, we'll make planning your next tropical trip a breeze. Stop by your local S&T branch. Visit stbank.com or call 800-325-2265. Banking made easy so you can spend more time in the sun. S&T Bank, member FDIC.
The Pittsburgh Penguins are brought to you by our founding partners, Coca-Cola and the new Coke Zero, founding partner of the Penguins. Now, back to the Penguins Live Intermission Report with Brian Metzer.
Penguins ahead of the Flyers 1-0 after one period in Game 4 at Xfinity Mobile Arena. Brian Metzer back here with you and now joined by the great Josh Yohe. He's from The Athletic. Mr. Yohe, I know that the Flyers still had their opportunities and they're going to be on a power play for a little bit at the start of the period, but where was that sort of play for the Penguins through the first 3 games?
It's a great question, Mets. First of all, thanks for pulling out all the stops and having me on. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Maybe it'll be good luck for the visitors. It's a very fair question, but I will say I thought the Penguins were good that period. We did not see them fall into the Philly trap as much. They got pucks deep. They went to work. They won a lot of 50-50 battles on the board, something we really haven't seen as much of in this series. So I feel like there's some things to build on from what we saw in this period for the Penguins.
Yeah, I would completely agree with you. I like getting another power play goal as well, and you don't often see a one-time pass come from behind the shooter as it did on this Carlson to Sid, but how big is it to get Sidney Crosby a goal in this series? Maybe that gets him into it.
Maybe it will. He really hasn't looked himself this whole series, let's be honest. And yeah, you don't see the Penguins ever shoot 10 seconds into a power play for one thing.
Very true.
That probably threw the Flyers off. You don't see Sid kind of in that bumper position almost by accident after the face-off. He just thought, all right, I'll take a shot, and he scored as he often does in this building. And I always say, Sidney Crosby's human. His confidence goes up and down just like anyone else. He hasn't been scoring goals really since the injury in the Olympics. He's only got a handful of goals since then. Maybe this will get him going. Boy, oh boy, could the Penguins ever use that.
Yeah, I would totally agree. And usually he feeds off the Crosby sucks stuff and all of that. And it's
been more vulgar than that tonight, by the way. I hope you can't pick it up on the radio. But
we have not heard it, but they've been doing a number. They've been doing a number on Sid since the other night, obviously. So he should be in his element there. Your thoughts on Artie Shilos in period 1? I know one of the saves looked like, thank God he made it, like he didn't realize he did. But overall, pretty solid on the 9 that he faced.
Yeah, he sure was, and that's tough. He only faced one in the first 10 minutes, I think, and as we all know, goaltenders absolutely hate that. I thought he looked sharp, and, the problem with him often is, he doesn't always track shots from the point very well.
Yep.
He can give up really big rebounds. That's often his issue. So far, so good. I thought he was quite sharp. He's got about 12 seconds left, so probably shouldn't have to worry about the power play. Only 12 seconds left here before the Penguins kill off Lazat's penalty, but we'll see. I like how he looks. He looks sharp, and by the way, Mets, I hated that penalty call on Lazat. I thought that was a really cheap call, and that tells me the Penguins are going to get some more power plays here in the last 2 periods, I bet.
Well, and if they can move the puck and shoot it like they did there, and even getting a couple earlier in this series, that could be the undoing, because we all thought that would be a wild card for the Penguins coming in, because the Flyers' PK has been so up and down throughout this year. A quick thought, though, on Vladar. I know there was talk about him being nicked up, some of the injury stuff he dealt with the other night. It looked like Sid's shot kind of trickled through that same side where the arm might be hurting him a little bit. Anything to that? You think it's something to watch?
Boy, you don't miss anything, Mets. That's a very good observation on your part. In fact, it wasn't really a great goal for him to allow. And for those who don't know, he did not skate the last 2 days after Game 3. The big break between 3 and 4 maybe helped him. I don't think he's 100%. Obviously, he was good enough to get the start. That's probably something to keep an eye on. He didn't really look sharp there at all. The Penguins can just generate some more offense, and that's been the problem all series. We don't even know how sharp Vladar really is because they haven't tested him all that much. But I didn't really like how he looked on that goal. I would agree.
Well, Josh, thank you so much for this tonight. Hopefully it's not our last one, but if it was, thank you so much for all your help all season long, and I look forward to the years to come, of course, as always.
Always a pleasure, my friend. I hope I see you Monday night.
Yeah, me too. That is Josh Yohe. Safe travels back, my friend. Find his work over at The Athletic. Always great stuff from him. When we come back, news from around the league on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
This is Labatt, brewed for the hockey fans who yell, shoot it from the cheap seats, and scream, ref, you suck, like it ever worked. You pound on the glass, spill your beer, and still act like you're running the power play. But hockey wouldn't be hockey without fans like you and a Labatt in hand. Labatt, we're brewed for the roast. Enjoy responsibly. Labatt USA, Buffalo, New York.
Kelly's Riverside Saloon has 350 Labatt Blue bottles during all Penguins games.
Hi, I'm Marcus Leto. I'm the co-creator of the Halo universe and the creator of the Master Chief. Penn State really taught me to think like a designer, not just to build visuals, but to build worlds. I mean, that was all this fire in my belly that I just wanted to kind of create something that was different. The program here really helped give me the tools to enter the workforce, and I still look back to Kent State as a foundation that allows me now to do the kind of stuff that I can do.
This Pittsburgh Penguins moment is brought to you by the officers, members, and families of Local Union Number 5 of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. Our members have lived and worked in the region since 1897, providing all of the electrical and telecommunications needs of commercial, industrial, and residential customers. We offer a state-of-the-art training center that is second to none and internationally recognized. Local Union Number 5 of the IBW will be here to stand by you for all of your electrical installation needs today and well into the future. Our members show their hometown pride supporting the Pittsburgh Penguins.
What's up, Pittsburgh? Brian Rust here, letting you know that I'm bringing back half-off milkshakes to the city of Pittsburgh. That's right, you heard me. Half-off shakes are back at Milkshake Factory when I score a goal. Rusty's Shake is a rich chocolate shake with oven-baked brownies, crushed cookies and cream, and melted hot fudge topped with whipped cream. And of course, a chocolate 17. When I score a goal, come celebrate with me at the Milkshake Factory.
The Pittsburgh Penguins are brought to you by our founding partners, Rivers Casino, Pittsburgh's entertainment destination. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Now, back to the Penguins Live Intermission Report with Brian Metzer.
Penguins ahead of the Flyers 1-0 after one period of play, and they've gotten themselves some life. Brian Metzer back here with you, and as I said in the open of this intermission report, it's a win or go home situation. So Sidney Crosby getting himself on the board. First goal of the series is big doings, and as you heard Josh Yohe say a moment ago, he feels there could be more power plays afoot for the Penguins, so we'll keep an eye on that as we move through the rest of this. The Flyers are going to flyer, and maybe the Penguins can hold it together and take those power play opportunities. Games earlier today, Hurricanes sweep the Ottawa Senators. They beat them today 4-2. And that was a very close hockey game for most of the afternoon before they, finished off the Senators. Senators finally got themselves going a little bit in the game, but it wasn't enough. And they completed the sweep. So they're on to the next round. They're waiting for potentially the winner of this series. We'll see how that goes. The final in overtime, the Wild beat the Dallas Stars 3-2. Matt Boldy with the winner in that one. And Minnesota fans have been getting on some of their stars, Kaprizov, Boldy, etc. Well, they get it done today. That series tied at 2. When we come back here, second period action from Philadelphia. Joe Brandon and Colby Armstrong have it for you next on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Hear every game of the NBA playoffs on SiriusXM as the Thunder try to fend off challengers for their crown.
Rainbow Three is up and in at the buzzer. Cha-ching, a Thunder money ball. Gildas Alexander, what can't he do?
And throughout the playoffs, get closer to the storylines that matter on NBA Radio, Channel 86.
The playoffs is what make legacies. This is how you build your name.
Listen to the hometown broadcasts of every NBA playoff game on your radio and the SiriusXM app.
Feel the pulse-pounding drama of the UEFA Champions League knockout stage on SiriusXM FC. The stakes are raised as Europe's elite.
Fantastic start for PSG. The Bayern Intermission is on the roll again. Arsenal are running riot in North London.
Battle in a quest for club soccer's ultimate prize.
This is the place where dreams come true.
This is where legends are made. The Champions League knockout stage on SiriusXM FC 157 and the SiriusXM app.
There's nothing like playoff hockey, and nobody gets you closer to the ice than SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. Our experts get you ready for each matchup.
The Edmonton Oilers can outscore any mistakes in this series.
And interviews with the league's heavy hitters.
John Cooper, head coach of the Tampa Bay Lightning.
I love listening to you guys in the morning.
It's hockey talk all day and the top playoff games every night. Stay connected to the quest for the cup on NHL Network Radio, Channel 91 in the car, and on the SiriusXM app.
Join me, Ward Stellick, and Scott Laughlin as we recap the night that was on NHL Morning Skate, weekday mornings at 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91.
The biggest names in the game.
Trying to get behind the line and walks in, put it between his legs, shoots it, score!
NHL play-by-play on SiriusXM. The best hockey lives here.
Burns gets it back, stick handles to the backhand, moves in front, score!
NHL play-by-play on SiriusXM.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
The biggest plays on the ice.
He's up ahead, Pacioretty, to the net, backhand score! What a move!
SiriusXM NHL Network Radio.
Sidney Crosby's 72nd career playoff goal has the Penguins ahead 1-0 over the Philadelphia Flyers. We've got 12 seconds of a Penguins penalty kill to start the second period, though. Blake Lizotte continues in the box. The Penguins trying to go 2 for 2 on the PK so far tonight after going 1 for 1 on the power play.
They have to get a kill here, Joe, and the Penguins will have to get back to exactly what they did in the first period. They possess the puck, and they're outshot 9-5. That's kind of been the norm of the series, but I love the way that they were committed. There's an urgency in their game. There's guys that are elevating their play in areas. Battles won, closing on battles quicker with second and third guys in there to outnumber and win pucks. They're executing through the neutral zone and making plays, and that's what they need here in Game 4. They need to start finding that. I mean, that can trickle through, right? Like, they get through here and carry this through this game. It's something, you kind of find something that works, and they go, okay, this works. So more of that first period stuff.
We're going to face off at center ice with Noel Acciari and Trevor Zegras. Good to see Acciari once again back out there as he wins the draw, and the Penguins dump it on down to the Flyers end. 5 seconds to go on the Penguins PK. Opening face-off to begin the second period. It's brought to you by number 1 Cochrane, Club 1 Rewards. Penguins now attacking from right to left in their road white sweaters. The Flyers can't even get into the Penguins zone just yet. Lizotte out of the box, and now Dewar pokes the puck down to the Flyers and near corner. It's thrown into the boards. Rather throws Sanheim into the boards as Forster works it over to the far side now. Pitched it back in behind Vladar's net. We're back to 5-on-5. Penguins lead 1-0. It's chipped out to the Penguins' blue line. Worked over to the near corner. Forster races it down. Goes a shoulder into Wotherspoon. As Zegras comes away with the puck. Can't cut around Chris Letang as he gets stapled into the boards.
Well, he tried to dance around Letang. He didn't have anything of it. Just slammed him right into the boards. That's what you got to do to a guy like Zegras. He's pretty nifty. He's got a lot of skill. And take the body on him.
Penguins dump it back into the Flyers zone. Vladar in behind his net to slow it down. Pressured by Raquel. Loose puck. He fights it back and scores. Ricard Raquel puts pressure on Dan Vladar, and he swiped the puck away and forces it over the line, and the Penguins have a 2-goal lead early in this second.
Just urging on a forecheck. The junkyard dog, I call him, Ricard Raquel, in on the forecheck. Vladar out behind the net to play it. And there's Ricard Raquel. He just kind of comes in and surprises him. A little whack on Vladar's stick. And that puck hits Raquel and bounces right out front of the net. It hits off his skate, off the boards, and right out front. And he came out and dove and tucked it right in. 2-0 now. Penguins add to their lead. That's a big goal.
For the first time this series, the Penguins have a 2-goal lead. Not even 2 minutes into this second period. Ricard Raquel scores his first goal of the playoffs. Crosby in the Flyers zone. Far circle. Fires it towards the net. It's loose, and it's just kicked out over the line. They're still hacking and whacking at it on the crease. They'll blow the whistle.
Oh, my goodness.
But the Penguins came crashing in towards the net. The puck was on its way past the goal line. There was a Flyer there that either kicked it out or it just hit the skate to keep it out.
There's Dvorak. He kicked it, too, with his own foot, it looked like. And then stopped it on the goal line also and kicked it right back under Vladar. I love that the Penguins are getting to the net, though. I love that they're getting in the blue paint, getting to Vladar, but that was Dvorak. That puck was going in. He kind of stepped on it and just shot right out from under his foot, back under to Vladar. Otherwise, that was going in. The Penguins have momentum now.
Yeah, you're right, Army. The puck was basically sliding right to the base of the near post, and Dvorak stomping on it with the skate. Just wedged right in between the puck and the post to kick the puck on Vladar, who ended up making a pad save on that. But if Dvorak stomps exactly on top of the puck, I mean, maybe it swipes in. It's 2-0 Penguins as we got a delayed penalty here on the Flyers.
Yeah, I think Couturier took Gino down. A tripping call likely.
Snapped ahead to Chinikov, but Glendening will take the puck, and now the Penguins go on the power play.
Well, it's Hathaway.
Early in this second period, it's 2-0 Pens.
Philadelphia 19, 2 minutes for tripping.
And it was Hathaway just reaching with that stick, and he knocks the feed out from Evgeny Malkin just inside the Penguins' own blue line. They were trying to regroup and get up ice and get going. And a power play goal already. They're back on the power play again for their second chance on the man advantage.
Penguins cough it up in the Flyers zone. Here they come up ice. Could be a 2-on-1 shorthanded. Glendening in the Penguins zone. Near circle shot and a save by Artur Shilovs. Erik Karlsson back there defending. Did a nice job of closing off the pass available. And Shilovs with a big save.
Yeah, it was just a 2-on-1. That puck just kind of spit out of some traffic. And away they went. Glendening with a shot from around the top of the circles as Karlsson kind of tried to cut that off. I think he was just shooting for a rebound or hoping something would spit off of Shilovs, and it didn't.
So a face-off to the left of Shilovs. Flyers win the draw. Short-handed pump one on end. A glove save from Artur Shilovs. 2-0 the Penguins lead. 1:44 to go on their power play early in this second period. Another face-off to the left of Shilovs. Crosby to take the draw against Noah Cates. Puck pops over towards the slot. It's poked away and taken away by Karlsson, though, thankfully. He'll take his time up on the near side in the Penguin zone. Still has yet to get out of the circle. Pressured by Cates. Now poked over to Raquel. He'll take it over the Flyers line. Trying to snap a pass to Malkin, but Forrester cleared it up, not out, hit the upper body of Crosby. And now Karlsson keeps it onside. Downstairs, sent it right to Forrester. He'll clear it down.
And Karlsson hits his stick off his own head. Good job by the Penguins to keep that in, and then just a little miscue by Karlsson there.
Karlsson in the Flyers zone, got it to Kindle. Nifty pass to Malkin. Now far circle, Mantha. Tried to go backdoor to Chinikov, but it went wide. Far point for Karlsson. Snapped over to Kindle. Chinikov near corner. Second unit out here for the Pens. High slot Karlsson. Wrister stopped in front, and Vladar able to eat it up. They keep it 2-0 Penguins. 52 seconds on the Penguins power play. 16:53 to go in this second.
Yeah, that second unit came out of the ice. Mantha in a good shooting position. Elected to hit it back door to Chinikov, who it was a cross-body shot. It was, if you could have directed at the net, it would have been a good opportunity, but it makes a tough play. I would have liked to see Mantha shoot that, but then he was right back to the front of the net, Mantha, and made that difficult for Vladar.
Novak replacing Malkin and Letang replacing Erik Karlsson, so the entire second unit now out there for the Pens. But the Flyers work it out to the neutral zone as Kindle swept it back into the Penguin zone, well out of reach of Chris Letang. 2-0 the Penguins lead. A power play goal from Sidney Crosby in the first. Ricard Raquel with a forced turnover on Dan Vladar to make it 2-0 Pens. Now looking for a third goal. Novak sweeps it around the boards to Mantha, far half wall to Letang at the point. Rink wide to Chinikov. Puck was on edge, though. He couldn't handle it. Dvorak clears it down. Shilov's well out of his net to play it ahead to Letang. Under 20 to play on the Penguins' power play. Kindle in the Flyers zone. Far circle, sweeps it down to the corner. Tries to cut in front of Sealer. It's worked down to the near corner. Played up along the wall, and the Flyers work it out. Dvorak racing it down. It's turning into a breakaway. Penguin zone towards the net. Shilov's with the save. No, Sealer never got a shot off.
Yeah, he tried to cut hard to the net. That puck, he was gone, was Dvorak, but it was wide, and it got low in the zone, and then he tried to cut it to the net, and Chris Letang, hard play coming back to disrupt him. Didn't get a shot off.
A stretch pass to Chinikov. Flyers zone. Far circle. Rister kind of shanked it. Puck goes over to the near half wall. Penguins try to keep it alive. Gerard's got it. Hustles it to the high slot. Now to the far point. Shoveled it to Wotherspoon. Far corner. Works it up the wall. Sends it deep to the corner for Lizotte. He'll pull it off the boards. Take it above the circle. Centering pass. It's loose, and now it's taken by Martone.
Penguins are just doing an unbelievable job on pucks, on loose pucks, hanging on to pucks.
Flyers back in the Penguin zone. Connecting near half wall. Chips it up. Drysdale a blast. Blocked by a Penguin. It was Blake Lizotte. Near corner, Sam Gerard takes the loose puck. Springs it ahead to Lizotte in the neutral zone. They carry it over the Flyers line. Near side. Drop back pass to Dewar. Rister. Saved by Vladar. Loose puck. Lizotte can't force it home. Achari's got it, though. Far corner. Sweeps it up to Solovyov. At the point. Rister wide of the net. Rebound for Dewar. He'll send it deep in behind the net. Lizotte tried to tap it. Only went to the corner. Dewar tried to throw his shoulder into Zegras, but now Achari takes the puck at the near half wall. Gets it down to the corner for Dewar. Dewar below the goal line. Centering pass to Achari. Couldn't connect. Zegras takes it the other way for Philly. Martone near side will chip it down to the Penguins' end near corner. Solovyov keeps the puck away from Barkey with a nice move. Played it along the near wall, but it goes out to the neutral zone. Ristolainen coughed it up to Raquel. He's in the Flyers zone. Couldn't get a clean hold of it as the puck was on edge. Flyers kick it out to the neutral zone. Crosby fighting after the puck against Cates. What do we have here?
We got too many men on the ice. Solovyov was trying to get on the ice. It looked like off the ice, excuse me, and
too many men on the ice.
Yeah, the play got turned up. You know, Raquel lost the puck and the Flyers turned it right back up as Solovyov was trying to get off. It looked like Wotherspoon jumped on early, and Solovyov kind of double clutched as the play came up, and it looked like he was going to back up and try to stay in that play. Well, Wotherspoon was on, and he got in no man's land, and they got caught.
Yeah, Solovyov was trying to jump on the Flyers bench.
Yeah, he was trying to jump into between the benches down there. I believe that's Jody Shelley with TNT, Columbus Blue Jackets color analyst during the regular season as well. It's not the bench.
There's no room for him there. Well, the Penguins are 2 for 2 on the kill. They've got a 2-0 lead, 14.5 to play in the second period. As the face-off gets worked over to the far corner, everyone fighting for it. As it rolls along the wall, Noel Achari muscles it down into the Flyer zone.
A strong play by Achari, strong play by the Penguins on a battle. Once again on the boards, they come up with it and get it down.
Flyers 0 for 2 on their power play tonight. Zegras over the Penguins line, finds Martone, high slot, brings it to the point above the circle, drags, fires, save, loose puck, shot wide. Near corner, Wotherspoon will kick it along the wall. Another shot on net and a glove save by Shilovs this time to keep it 2-0 Penguins. 1:24 to go on the Penguins PK.
Yeah, dangerous play on entry. Martone worked it all the way across the top and got a good shot off. That rebound spit right out front. Good sticks by the Penguins as it landed on the stick of Forrester. And the Penguins collapsed and just made it hard on his stick. He couldn't turn his hands over and wrap it in the wide open net.
Face off to the left of Shilovs with 1:24 to go on the Penguins PK. Dvorak to take the draw against Blake Lizotte. Flyers control. Ristolainen far circle. Shot fired high of the net from Konechny. Long rebound out to the neutral zone it goes. Lizotte pressuring Ristolainen for the puck, but he'll take it over the Penguins line, far side. Find Dvorak at the circle. Centering pass out of the reach of Konechny. And a soft shot is easily stopped by Shilovs with a glove save. 68 seconds to go on the Penguins PK. They lead 2-0 almost halfway through the second.
Good job by Blake Lizotte on that play, just getting it back to the middle of the ice, to the front of the net. And he gets a stick on that play to break it up, and it kind of bunts back to Shilovs, who freezes it. Just some of those details, right? Those are like battle level, reading plays, jumping. Penguins much sharper here tonight.
Dvorak getting kicked out of the face-off circle. Tippett will take over against Nolachari to the left of Artur Shilovs. Drop of the puck. Penguins work it up, but only to the point. Ristolainen collects, walks the blue line. Far circle, Konechny. Back to Ristolainen, high slot. Near circle, Michkov. Ristolainen again, one-timer wide. Long rebound, far side. Konechny thrown into the boards by Rust. Puck is loose in the corner. Worked over to the near side. Michkov collects. Centering pass goes right to the feet of Shea. Puck still below him as he tries to clear it, but the Flyers keep hold of it. Ristolainen again, above the near circle to the high slot. To Michkov at the near point. Michkov along the blue line. Near circle, Tippett. Downstairs to Dvorak. Shot it wide of the net. Russ diving to try to block the shot. 30 seconds to go on the Penguins PK. Flyers still with it. Far corner, it's Konechny. Up the wall, he'll bring it to the high slot, Ristolainen. Skate to stick. He brings it above the circle. Now to Konechny, far circle. Rister fluttered wide after a deflection. Tippett tries to control near corner. They find Konechny. He'll take it below the goal line. Near side, get it to Dvorak off his feet. Tippett at the point, sends it back to Konechny near half wall. 9 seconds on the Penguins PK. High slot, it's Tippett. Rister blocked. Long rebound to the near point. Ristolainen grabs hold of it along the blue line. High slot, he pumps one wide of the net. Achari plays the long rebound. Mantha's out of the box. Stretch pass down to the Flyers' end, onto the reach of Mantha. Vladar plays it and was pressured by Mantha, but the Flyers will still shovel it down to the Penguins' end near corner. That will be icing by Philly with 12:16 to go in the second period. Penguins lead 2-0. They're 3 for 3 on the PK.
Yeah, great job by the Penguins. Just pressuring when they need to. Great reads. Taking away seam plays and blocking shots. Couple big block shots. And Ristolainen was able to get a few shots from up top in the middle through that missed the net. Those can be dangerous too. We saw in the first period with Zegras between the legs and almost kind of snuck one through, but Penguins closing, jumping. Really sharp penalty kill just now. They're in a good spot right now with their game here.
Mantha's got it in behind Vladar's net. Centering pass, but it went to a Flyer in Konechny. Noah Cates skates it up ice to the neutral zone and dumps it down to the Penguins' end far corner. Wotherspoon playing it off the board. Sends it ahead the near side. Crosby with a rink-wide pass to Erik Karlsson. Skates over the Flyers logo. Chips it to Raquel, who will sweep it deep. And behind Vladar's net, Crosby trying to cut it off from Sanheim, but it'll work it up to the near side. Mantha pressures Forrester for the puck at the near corner, muscles it over to the far side now. Karlsson half wall to Malkin, curls around the circle, finds Wotherspoon, near point, Rister. It just stopped by Vladar. Malkin tried to poke it home, but he keeps it out to keep it 2-0 Penguins. 11:34 to go in the second period. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Spotting the perfect fit is kind of your thing. So when it comes to finding a used car, start your search at FordBlueAdvantage.com and find the perfect certified pre-owned vehicle at your local Ford dealer. One that comes with serious perks, like a thorough inspection, a Ford-backed warranty, even a Carfax report. Because you know what they say, the best finds are the ones that feel made for you. Ford Blue Advantage, used car buying that's built for you. Available at participating dealers only. See your dealer for details and limitations.
It takes real beer to quench real thirst, to give you real satisfaction. Iron City Beer is the perfect result of the skill and knowledge developed through 164 years in the business. Go on, grab one.
At UPMC Hillman Cancer Center, we believe cancer care shouldn't just be good enough. It should be life-changing. As the region's only National Cancer Institute designated comprehensive cancer center, we provide groundbreaking treatments and innovative clinical trials with renowned cancer specialists and a compassionate support system for patients and their families. Discover more at upmchillman.com/lifechanging.
Keeping your home warm in the winter and cold in the summer, Mitsubishi Electric is a top manufacturer of heating and air conditioner products. And they're hiring. To elevate your career in engineering, project management, product assembly, and more, visit meppi.com/careers.
Building the future takes grit, and no one does grit like Pittsburgh. EQT is ready to unleash the build and power America's next big win. I tell you, no one does grit like Ricard Raquel, forcing his way in behind Dan Vladar's net, pressuring the Philly goaltender for the puck. Muscles it over the line. It's 2-0 Penguins almost halfway through the second period.
Yeah, they've had the urgency is in the right place here. It's a minute and 3 seconds into this second period. Did Raquel get his first of the series? A big goal, giving him a 2-goal lead here in this game.
Penguins win the draw. Flyers zone. Letang to Chinikov, and the slot gets tackled down. Letang with a wrister. That's blocked. Took a piece off a Hathaway as it deflected up and out of play. 11:27 to go in this second. Penguins lead 2-0.
Yeah, just that fadeaway. I call it the fadeaway face-off play that the Penguins like to try. Made famous, of course, by Jake Gensel. And Chinikov you said he tackled? Yeah, he was tackled as he was trying to spin and fire that puck off. So we get another offensive zone draw here.
And the Penguins win it. Gerard thought about a one-timer. Letang blasts one as a loose puck in the slot. Chinikov tried to wrist home, but it's taken away by Philly. Out to the neutral zone. They've got numbers 3-on-2. Couturier wrapped up by Gerard, though. Poked it over to the point. Malkin's trying to drag it out to the neutral zone. He gets it to Novak. Novak over the Flyers line to the near side for Gerard. And now it's taken the other way by Philly. Here's a 2-on-1. Hathaway, Penguin zone, drags, fires, fought up by Sheloff. Loose puck makes another save. Goes to the far corner. Sam Girard will fork it down to the neutral zone. Tommy Novak knocks it out of midair. In the Flyers end, staves a hit from Noah Juleson. Over and behind the net as Soderblom sent a shoulder into Sealer. Those two are tied up at the far side of Vladar's crease as the puck gets kicked out to the neutral zone. Konechny overskated it. We get a whistle blown here.
I think it hit something on the bench. What are they doing here? He's pointing. The official's pointing at something. I think he's pointing at the bench. The puck hit a glove on the bench and where the faceoff should be, just outside the Penguins zone, or the Flyers zone. They're saying it should go all the way in, as that was where it was chipped from. And it is. Oh, man. Quick 2-on-1, though, by the Flyers up ice. And I thought not a super smart play by Novak on entry. He kind of bunted it to, it seemed like Sam Girard, and he kind of was already in traffic. It wasn't ready. The play turned over. They went 2-on-1 down the other way. Another couple big saves off of that, though, by Shelov's, keeping the Flyers off the board.
The face-off in the Flyers zone. Kindle takes the draw. Penguins have it. Carlson far half wall. Down to the hash mark. Snaps a shot, and it's fought off by Vladar. Out to the neutral zone. Stretch pass to Konechny. Curls over the Penguin line. Gets it to Martone. Far circle. Stripped of the puck by Mantha. And now Soderblom will take it away. Pitch it in behind to Mantha. He loses it at center ice to Konechny, though. Flyers take it back. Reset in their own zone. Martone slings it rink wide. It goes right to Mantha. Kindle kind of waiting on the other end, but the Penguins will instead reset in their own side. Mantha with a rink-wide pass that's snatched away by Martone. Flyers back in the Penguin zone. Forster with a wrister, blocked by Wotherspoon. Carlson taps it ahead to Kindle, skating through the neutral zone. Blew a tire, but still clears it down to the Flyers' end. Penguins get a change.
That was big, so the Penguins could get a change. The Flyers were in the middle of a change when he picked it up, and could have been trouble going the other way.
Past the halfway point of the second period, Penguins leading 2-0. Sidney Crosby with a power play goal in the first. Ricard Raquel with a goal here in the second. In behind Shelov's net.
Solovyov, good example of his size and strength down low, just blasting a Flyer to the ice.
There's Tippett as the Penguins get the puck over the Flyers line, but Philly takes it back. Here's Sanheim dumping it down to the Penguins' end. Takes a right around the boards over to the near wall. Rust keeps it away, sweeps it out to the neutral zone, but Sanheim takes it from Crosby. Drysdale back in his own end, snaps it up to Forster. He'll chip it into the Penguin zone. Ryan Shane knocks it down out of midair. Crosby finds Russ. He's over the Flyers line. High slot. Wrister saved by Vladar. Rebound to the far corner as Michkov will take it to the neutral zone. He and Zegras in full flight, but cut off by Ryan Russ. Now a lead pass to Forster was knocked down by Raquel, but he still has it in the Penguins zone far corner. Tied up by Letang and Lazat. Letang takes the puck, sends it ahead to Raquel. Will Murphy dump it down to the Flyers end as Achari trying to steal the puck away from Drysdale, but he'll take it to the far corner and then gets stapled into the wall as Stewart takes it in behind Vladar's net. Tied up by York, pokes it over to the corner. Lazat trying to drag it along the wall, but Cates comes away with it near side, chips it out to center ice, pawed down by Gerard. He's able to sweep it to Letang. 8.5 to play in the second. Penguins lead 2-0. They're back in the Flyers zone as a wrister by Dewar gets blocked, sails out of play, and sends us to another break. 8:21 to go in the second. The Penguins with a 2-0 lead over the Philadelphia Flyers here in Game 4, fighting for their playoff lives. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
That is what happened. I ain't guessing, I'm telling you. Nobody breaks down the drama of the NBA postseason quite like Stephen A.
You want to go see the New York Knicks inventing new ways to lose. You up 14 one game, you lose. You're down 14 another, you came back, you still lose.
Weekdays, 1 and 6 Eastern.
You just invent ways to lose. What the hell is going on?
The Stephen A. Smith Show on Sirius XM.
A show so nice, you get it twice on Channel 82, in the car, and on the Sirius XM app.
The playoffs are here.
Back around on the far post on the forehand, and the save made by Swayman.
Settle in front of the goal.
Score!
Usually it's
Tackley out in front. McKinnon scores!
16 teams made the cut.
And only one can bring home the
Now it's
prize.
McDavid towards the net, across to Roslovic. Score! All right. There's a chance for Jarvis. Shot on the tee. Score! Caulfield moving in. Shot. Score!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Sirius XM 91.
And the Sirius XM app.
Hey, Jim Rome here. What's cracking?
Hi.
Hope you're enjoying the game, and when you're not taking in a game, find us on Sirius Channel 161, XM Channel 206. In fact, we'll be there every weekday afternoon, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. If you've got something you want to break down from this game, you know where to find us. Just make sure you have it taken, don't suck. That has never changed. In fact, this show has never changed. We're just back home, and it's great to be there. Sirius 161, XM 206. See you there.
Penguins still working with a 2-0 lead over the Philadelphia Flyers. We've got 8:21 to go in the second period. A face-off to the right of Dan Vladar as the Penguins offense has been picking up a little bit more against Philly. Again, this 2-goal lead is the largest the Penguins have had all series.
And they deserve it. They're playing well. Some of those details that they were just missing that the Flyers did better. They're doing it better tonight. Numbering pucks, winning battles, hanging on to pucks. A much better looking Penguins team, able to roll lines over and create and make things happen. The Penguins flip-flop up top. They initially had them flipped in one-timer positions. Letang and Gerard, they flip back to their regular setup here.
And Malkin replaced Novak on the face-off, and Gino wins it. Penguins somehow keep it onside at the near point. Gerard sent it deep. Letang got it to Novak, who chips it to the end boards. Ristolainen works it up the wall, swept back down by Malkin. Novak in behind the net. Crunched into the boards by Ristolainen. Kicked along to the far point. Letang pumps it wide of the net. Near half wall, Hathaway tries to poke it away from Gerard, but Chinikov kept it alive, and then Hathaway swatted it out to the neutral zone. Letang just boxing Couturier away from the puck. He knew it would be a hand pass called if he touched it. Now Ristolainen will take it over the Penguins line. Still keeps hold of it. Shot on net and a save by Shilovs. As Ristolainen slams Novak down to the ice and then gets sandwiched by a couple of Penguins.
And Novak came in there as Ristolainen kind of carved his way through to the middle of the ice. He actually had a little nice pull drag shot that Shilovs read perfectly right into the breadbasket. He just squeezed it, covered it up. And Novak came in there for a little bump on him as he crashed towards the net, and Ristolainen gave him the old cold shoulder and put him down.
A few different Penguins came in and surrounded Ristolainen right after, but no dumb penalties or anything, so that's a good sign to see.
Yeah, Penguins held their cool there. Don't want to give them anything. Noel Achari slammed down last period. Lazat came in, cross-checked. He was the only one that got one. Penguins were good to control their emotions in that situation.
7:41 to go in the second. Penguins lead by 2. A blast from Ristolainen is blocked by Ricard Raquel. Still alive in the Penguins zone as Konechny rims it up to the far point for Sanheim. He couldn't handle the puck. Pressured by Russ. Now Crosby takes it over the Flyers line. Far circle, drags, fires, and a shoulder save from Vladar. Sid didn't have too much of an angle, but still made a quality shot on net. 2-0 Pens with 7:24 to go in this second.
Yeah, it looked like Vladar really had to squeeze that with his blocker arm to his body that it didn't squeak out behind him. Sid already got one by him on the power play here tonight in the first period. That one hit his arm and went through him.
It'll be captain versus captain for the face-off to the left of Vladar. Couturier against Crosby. And Sid's going to get kicked out of there. So Raquel takes over. And the Flyers control. York sends it in behind the net for Drysdale. Slings it out to the neutral zone. It tumbles to the Penguins' end. Softly just wide of the net, so that's icing by the Flyers.
The Penguins right now, 40% in the face-off circle here tonight. Haven't been that great in face-offs in this series. Sid did win that draw that led to that power play goal. And he's in there now.
Crosby now wins it. Wotherspoon to Carlson, high slot wrister, blocked by the Flyers, and we get a whistle blown. This is going to be a penalty on Philly.
Hathaway's in his face again right now. Of course, it was Hathaway and Crosby last game with the Crosby embellishment call.
Philadelphia 41 minor penalty, cross-checking.
It's Glendening in the box for cross-checking Sid.
Yeah, it was in the high slot away from the puck. And Glendening put him down. Hathaway in his face saying he's embellishing again, likely.
Yeah, there were some other words used.
What an opportunity here for this power play.
Face off to the right of Vladar. Penguins are 1 for 2 on the power play tonight. Crosby with the lone goal. And the Flyers clear it out, but into the Penguins bench. And Philly fans are happy that Penguins coaches have to duck out of the way of a clearing attempt.
It hit Mike Stothers, it looked like. He seems to be okay. They're asking him. He's nodding his head. It was a rocket right into the bench, and Stothers turned away, and it hit him right in the back. Off the glass, everyone hit the deck. Oh, man. Colorado Avalanche head coach Jared Bednar a few weeks ago was hit in the face with a puck. You got to be careful down there.
Penguins fighting for the puck in the Flyers zone. 1:48 to go on their power play. Philly punches it down to the Penguins' end. Shilov's well out of his net to play it in the near corner and then fluttered it up the near wall. Sanheim collects in the neutral zone, takes it over the Penguin line, tips it to the far circle. Carlson broke it off, but Dvorak's got the puck. Short-handed in the Penguin zone. He sends it in behind Shilov's net. Crosby poked it the other way for Carlson. 1:25 on the Penguins' power play. They lead 2-0 late in this second period. 6.5 to play. Carlson, rink wide to Sid, near point, up to Malkin, high slot. To Carlson, again in the high slot. Malkin, near half wall, up to Carlson, down to Sid, far circle, back up to Carlson, back to Sid, above the circle. Carlson, high slot. To Sid again, far circle. Tried to snap a pass to Malkin. Forster cut it off. He collects the loose puck in the far corner. Got it to Malkin in the corner. Now downstairs for Raquel. It's stolen away by Cates. Chipped ahead to Forster. It's a breakaway for Philly. Forster, Penguin zone, far circle. Stopped by Shilovs. Where's the puck? And he's on top of it. Artur Shilovs with 16 saves tonight. And another deny on the shorthanded chance for Philly to keep it 2-0 Penguins.
I was just about to say, this is as comfortable as I've seen the power play look in this game as it has all series long. And then couple forced passes, trying to thread the needle through seams. And the Flyers pick it off, and Forster was gone. He takes it down right in front of his bench into the Penguin zone, and He was getting cut off and pressured back by Ricard Raquel. And he took it on his forehand, tried to beat Sheloffs to that far post across the front of the crease. And Sheloffs was there with the leg and held it. Another big save by Sheloffs.
Penguins win the draw with their second unit out on the ice. 37 seconds to go on their power play. They lead 2-0. 5:45 to go in the second. Tommy Novak had some trouble getting into the Flyers zone. Hathaway takes it away and clears it down to the Penguin zone. Far corner, Shelov steers it in behind the net for Letang. Laid ahead to Ben Kindle, who darts through the neutral zone. Over the Flyers line, drags, fires. It's blocked by Sealer. Loose puck swept away by Ristolainen. Takes his time far side and will kick it out to center ice. Down to single digits on the Penguins' power play. A turnover to Couturier. He takes it over the Penguins' line. Stripped away by Tommy Novak, though. He'll stretch it rink wide to Ben Kindle. Glendenning's out of the box. We're back to 5-on-5. Penguins dump it down to the Flyers' end far corner. Drysdale cranks it around the near boards. Kindle tries to cut it off from Glendenning. Flyers cutting it through the neutral zone. Ristolainen near side. Down to the corner. Shot on net. Deflected by Couturier, but still kicked out by Sheloff.
Good positioning by Sheloff on that little tip from a bad angle, but he was right there.
Fight for the puck below the goal line. It works its way up to the near half boards. Drysdale kicks it up to Glendenning. One-timer blocked by Mantha. Kicked out to the neutral zone. Kindle ties up Glendenning, but the Flyers come away with the puck and sling it back down to the Penguins' end. Shelov's turned it over to Zegras. He'll dance in behind Shelov's net. Far corner, bottom of the circle. Up to the half boards now and chips it down to the corner for Tippett. Tippett at the point. Rink-wide pass to York above the near circle. Downstairs, Zegras. In front, they score. And it's Denver Barkey with a net front presence. Finds a feed from Trevor Zegras in the near corner, and Philly is on the board. It's 2-1 Penguins with 4:20 to go in the second.
This shift was all Trevor Zegras for the Flyers, and he got that puck and he just had it on a string and was pulling Penguins all over the ice. A play that was rotated around in the Penguin zone. Ends up back on the stick of Zegras eventually in a quick play from the corner as the puck came down in the offensive zone. Below the dots wide, Zegras with a quick play to Barkey, who spun off Witherspoon in front, got body position, and it was a bang-bang play. 2-1 now, Penguins. Flyers are on the board.
The building has come alive a little bit more here at Xfinity Mobile Arena.
You're right, it's been quiet in here. The Penguins have played a good game, but that's I think a big goal here. We'll see if the Penguins, they got their fourth line on, Joe. And this is what they do. Gain that momentum back. Good shift in the offensive zone here.
Connor Dewar takes it behind Bladar's net. Turnaround shot. It went wide. Lazat came off the bench, rather onto the bench, as the Flyers now work it over the Penguins line. Dvorak shovels it down to the corner. It rolls to the far side. Martone plays it off the wall. Snaps it up to the point for York. He'll send it deep. Tumbled down to the corner as Solovyov tries to cut it away from Konechny. Gets it to the near side for Ryan Shea. He'll skate it up ice with 3:30 to go in the second. Shea near side, pumps it down to the Flyers' end, rolls over to the far corner. York cuts it off. It's loose in the circle. Flyers have it. Glendenning takes it the other way. Far side, taps it over the Penguins' line, down to the corner. Races it down in behind Shelov's net. Gets pushed into the boards by Girard as they dig after the puck along the end wall. Couturier's helmet's loose. He's tied up with Chris Letang right now. As Crosby in the neutral zone will send it rink wide to Girard and dump it down to the Flyers' end. Tumbles in behind Vladar's net. Raquel trying to dig it free. It's loose below the goal line. Crosby snatches it away. Spits it up to Letang. Far point. Gets it to Girard. Near point. Wrister didn't get through traffic. Russ tries to grab hold of it. Taken away by Glendenning. He'll tap it out to the neutral zone. Letang chops it away from Noah Cates to keep him out of the Penguin zone. Out to the neutral zone it goes. Raquel will get a short pass off to Rust, who works it over the Flyers line. And the Penguins are offside.
Ristolainen threw another one of those little cold shoulders into Raquel here. The players on the ice come together. You're right, this building did wake up with that Flyers goal.
It's Denver Barkey's second of the postseason, and it's the Flyers' first of the night. It's Barkey's first postseason goal. But the Penguins still up by 1. 2:36 to go in the second. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Want to rack up some points? Join #1 Cochrane Club 1 Rewards and turn your vehicle into a scoring machine. You'll earn points with every dollar spent on service and can redeem points for dollars off a new vehicle or future service. Plus, save on gas and rental cars with our valuable partner perks. Score your free membership now at club1rewards.cochrane.com. #1 Cochrane, official auto group of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Dear team, thanks for showing up for me with the best face paint and taunting the other team in the kindest way. For standing on your seat when I need the support and screaming until your throat hurts because you know it makes a difference. For wearing my number. For being the best teammates a player could ask for. At Highmark, we're proud to be cheering alongside the best teammates. Fans like you. Because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Official health plan of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Tender Care Learning Centers, the early education professionals, has been providing quality child care and preschool education for over 40 years. To find one of our 20 convenient locations near you, visit tendercarelc.org. Tender Care Learning Centers is the child care provider of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
No matter the occasion, there's always a reason to celebrate with a DQ ice cream cake. Creamy DQ soft serve and the chocolatey crunch center is great at any get-together. Customize yours today at DQ.com. DQ is the official ice cream and ice cream cake of the Penguins. Denver Barkey gives the Philadelphia Flyers their first goal 35 minutes into this game. But the Penguins still with a 2-1 lead right now. There's 2:36 left in the second. A face-off at the near left dot. Penguins win control, and Chris Letang will dump it down to the Flyers' end far corner. Cam York crushed into the boards by Tommy Novak. It's worked along the wall as Novak leaves it for Malkin trying to grab hold of the puck. Found Chinikov. Curls around the far circle to the point. Snap the pass to Letang. They'll bring it down to the near circle. Now to the corner. Centering pass to Malkin. Little give and go. As Letang tried to sneak it past Vladar, but he kept it out. Still in the Flyers zone. Gerard near point. One-timer Chinikov wide of the net. Kicked off the end boards, then slowed down at the back of the cage. Forster trucked by Parker Wotherspoon. Gerard's got a near circle. Wrister glove save by Dan Vladar. Just under 2 minutes to go in the second. Penguins lead the Flyers 2-1 here in Philly.
That was a great example on that shift by Chris Letang and the Penguins, really, of getting their second and third guys there in the offensive zone on the battle. Philly in the previous 3 games were quicker to swarm, shut down plays, end them, win pucks. Penguins extend that play, come up with the puck, and Chris Letang driving from the blue line down lower. And once you get down to a certain point, instead of throwing it away, he hung on to it. Just that extra little poise on the puck, which opened things up. He almost rammed that through the 5-hole of Vladar.
Face off to the right of Vladar. Kindle to take the draw against Dvorak. Puck goes over to the near half wall. Kindle works it down to the corner. Left it for Soderblom. Along the near wall. They'll pitch it up right to Porter Martone. He takes it the other way for Philly. Over to the far side for Konechny. Chips it down to the Penguins' end far corner. Wotherspoon cranks it to the near side for Kindle. Got thrown down hard by Noah Juleson, but Soderblom sweeps it out to the neutral zone. Juleson got it stripped away from Mantha. He tried to work it back to Soderblom, but it's worked over to Nick Seeler for the Flyers, who dumps it down to the Penguins' end. Took a hard check from Erik Karlsson. Those two got tied up in front of the Flyers bench. Meanwhile, Philly regroups in the Penguins' end, near corner. Then Kindle keeps Dvorak away from the puck. Got it over to the far side for Soderblom. But backhanded out to the neutral zone. It went airborne, though. Kindle couldn't knock it down. Flyers take it back in their own zone with 65 seconds to go in the second period. Penguins lead 2-1. Out to the neutral zone it goes, but Parker Wotherspoon swats it back the other way. Tumbling into the Flyers end. Konechny spits it up ahead to center ice. Again, Wotherspoon cuts it off. Chopped the stick out of Zegras' hands. Flyers fans want to call. Nothing called. Zegras picks his stick up. Flyers back in the Penguin zone. Konechny feeds Sanheim off the post. He shoots it. Near circle. It's taken by Karlsson. Brings it up the wall. Tried to fork it out to the neutral zone. Crosby's got it. Rink wide pass to Russ. Tried to knock it down to the far circle, but couldn't handle it. Sprung ahead to Zegras and missed him, and then missed Ryan Shea in the neutral zone. All the way down to the Penguin zone it goes. Shea takes a pretty hard hit from Barkey, but got it up to Crosby. Now Flyers send it deep. Crosby cuts it off, works it out to center ice. 18 seconds to go in this second period. Penguins lead by 1. Turnaround pass to Tippett. As Achari got it to the neutral zone. Penguins take it back. Achari over the Flyers line. The far side, chips it down to the corner. 5 seconds to go. Kicks it over to Dewar. In behind Vladar's net. Lazat to Shea. One-timer. Shoulder save Vladar. Pumped out by the Flyers. That does it for the second.
Good attempt. Good hard-working final seconds for the Penguins there to generate that chance. And they got a 1-goal lead going into the third period. You got the lead. And this is a game I look at for the Penguins with the way they're playing. I mean, close call, a post by Sanheim jumping up in that play, just smooth skating. He made it a 2-on-1, and Zegras fed him right off the post. He's getting some breaks. You're playing a lot better, though. And the table's set for the Penguins here in the third.
Some big saves from Artur Shilovs as well. He has stopped the Flyers 18 times. But Denver Barkey with the lone goal for Philly. A huge 20 minutes coming up. Penguins trying to hang on to this 2-1 lead and keep their season alive to push it to Game 5 on Monday in Pittsburgh. Brian Metzer is standing by. He'll have the second intermission report for us, along with a chat with our own arm dog, Colby Armstrong. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
What are two things the Pittsburgh Penguins have in common with Cleveland Brothers Equipment Company? Hard work and dedication. If you're looking for heavy equipment, need a specific part, or want expert service, talk to the industry leaders at Cleveland Brothers, your local CAT dealer. We provide solutions and products for construction, landscaping, oil and gas, electric and industrial power, highway, and more. Let us help you score the winning goal. Visit www.clevelandbrothers.com to learn more.
Pittsburgh-based EQT Corporation is the top natural gas producer in the United States and is a proud sponsor of the Pittsburgh Penguins' pathway to net zero. EQT is an industry leader in cutting emissions and using our region's clean resources to replace dirtier sources of energy overseas. EQT and the Penguins are focused on achieving key climate goals and reducing emissions across Pittsburgh and beyond. Visit EQT.com to learn more about how EQT is moving towards the future and setting the standard for production of affordable, reliable, and clean energy.
What is life-changing medicine? Is it returning to the playing field or your favorite hiking path after an injury? Or running with your grandkids after a joint replacement? At UPMC, life-changing medicine is all those things. Through innovative research, rehabilitation, and advanced surgical procedures, our experts get you back to what you love doing. UPMC, changing healthcare, changing lives. Life-changing medicine.
We're the Pittsburgh Penguins.
We're going to flip the script. We have the pen. We are going to write our own story, man.
We are going to write our own story.
All those people.
Who's the author of that story?
We are.
We are.
We are. SchultzFord.com.
Yes, sir. And this is the evidence of what happens when you have a team, Phil.
And do you know what we're going to say when we do it? One inventory, 4 locations. West Mifflin, Harmarville.
Oh, that sounds like a commercial, Phil.
SchultzFord.com. SchultzFord.com.
This is the Penguins Live Intermission Report.
And welcome into our second intermission report, where the Penguins hold a 2-1 lead after 2 periods of play at Xfinity Mobile Arena. Brian Metzer here with you, and win or go home. Penguins still holding on. They've carried play for segments of this game, especially the first period. They were still pretty good in that second period of play, but the Flyers showed a little bit of life, and things are getting a little topsy-turvy, but they still maintain that 1-goal lead. It started, though, with Ricard Raquel pressuring Dan Vladar in behind his own goal. He came out to play the puck. Rat goes back there, chips the puck away from him, and wraps it into the empty cage for a 2-0 lead for the Penguins. First 2-goal lead they have had in the series, and it took until Game 4 for that to happen. After that, the game kind of moved on a little bit. Penguins got themselves a power play opportunity. Hathaway goes to the box for tripping at 1:59. It looked more like a power play for the Flyers. They had themselves a number of shorthanded opportunities on that, but they were able to kind of dodge that situation and keep it a 2-goal lead for the Penguins. They took a penalty at 5:31. Too many men on the ice. Ilya Soloviev tries to get to the bench. The player comes off the bench. He can't get off. He tries to jump into the Flyers bench to save the call. It doesn't work out. Penguins have to go to work killing that penalty, which they were able to do. And then the Flyers would take another penalty at 12:48. Luke Glendenning goes to the box for cross-checking. Penguins again give up a couple opportunities. Artie Shilos has to make some huge saves. Unfortunately, unable to make a big save on Denver Barkey. He scores his first of the series from Zegras in York. Zegras kind of made this whole play. You heard Joe and Army talking about it. He was wheeling around the zone, finally gets himself into an area where York can get him the puck back. He feeds Barkey right in front and kind of fires it off of his stick and in behind Shilos, and it is a 2-1 situation here. That was the last of the goal scoring. Shots on goal in the period, 10-9 in favor of the Flyers. They're now out shooting the Pens, 19-14. When we come back, Hockey Talk with Army. You'll hear it next on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Hockey's not just a game. It's a clash of sticks. It's sprays of ice and crazy saves. It's slap shots and the scrape of blades. It's an endless series of touch-and-go moments that make you feel alive. Through the highs and lows, you march your way down the long road to the playoffs alongside your team, with your jersey on and your heart on your sleeve, because they couldn't do it without you. And when you're there for your team, the NHL store is there for you. Check out the largest selection of official NHL gear at NHLShop.com. A Fanatics experience.
This is Phil Bork, the old 2-9er. Smith's is the official hot dog of the Pittsburgh Penguins and PPG Paints Arena, with recipes over 85 years old. Ask for Smith's hot dogs by name at Giant Eagle and other fine retailers. Smith's, it's a hot dog night in Pittsburgh. SmithsHotDogs.com.
Dear team, thanks for showing up for me with the best face paint and taunting the other team in the kindest way. For standing on your seat when I need the support and screaming until your throat hurts because you know it makes a difference. For wearing my number. For being the best teammates a player could ask for. At Highmark, we're proud to be cheering alongside the best teammates. Fans like you. Because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Official health plan of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
The Pittsburgh Penguins and Mitsubishi Electric have teamed up to transform the game day experience with the new state-of-the-art Diamond Vision video display system. See this display in action and find out why they are known as the makers of amazing by visiting MitsubishiElectric.com today.
Want to rack up some points? Join #1 Cochrane Club One Rewards and turn your vehicle into a scoring machine. You'll earn points with every dollar spent on service and can redeem points for dollars off a new vehicle or future service. Plus, save on gas and rental cars with our valuable partner perks. Score your free membership now at club1rewards.cochrane.com. #1 Cochrane, official auto group of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
This is the Penguins Live Intermission Report.
And welcome back into our second intermission report, where the Penguins hold a 2-1 lead over the Flyers after 2 periods of play at Xfinity Mobile Arena. Brian Metzer here with you, and joining me now live from Xfinity Mobile Arena, it's none other than the arm dog, Colby Armstrong. Army, Penguins probably putting together their best game of the series. I know the Flyers are pushing back a little bit, but 2-1 lead after 2, you'll take it right now, won't you?
Yeah, I think there's just a more urgent game for the Penguins, and of course they'll take it here. Going into this third period on the brink of elimination, up a goal. I think for me right now, Mets, they've looked a lot better and urgent in battles on the wall and pucks won and closing and having numbers in those situations, winning those battles, coming up with pucks. They've been a lot better. The one thing I'll say is the Flyers have been able to get in behind and get a few opportunities, whether shorthanded or 2-on-1. What a couple saves by Shilovs in some of these situations, no question. That's something they have to identify, no question, and clean up. They can't have that here in the third period.
No, that would be a death knell, if you will, just based on how the Flyers have played this series so far. And you mentioned it there, though. You just them getting in behind whenever the Penguins have had the power play. It seemed like the Flyers almost utilized those power plays to get momentum for themselves because of their shorthanded opportunities. And credit to Shilos for the saves. Your thoughts on his game? I wasn't sure what to expect. I mean, he has had his moments this year, but I thought he's been really solid, making a number of the big stops, even ones that I thought might have beat him.
Yeah, it's been a few weeks since he got a start, right? So, he came into that game in the third period, the last game of the season in St. Louis, but it's been a while since we saw him. So I think we were all kind of feeling the same way. What would we expect? How would he feel? Lots of talk about pressure situations and how he's used to that coming into this one and on the brink of elimination, and he's done his job. He's made some massive saves when he's had to. Some key saves, the one that got around him, Denver Barkey, their goal there in the second period he was able to just get body position. Tough for him to make that save, but he's been pretty solid, bailing the Penguins out in some of those situations we talked about, odd man rushes to breakaways even. So great response from him, great play from him. He's sharp. The Penguins have urgency in their game, which is good. They got to close this out in the third.
You know what I noticed on that goal by Barkey, too, is he kind of threw a cross-check into Wotherspoon to push him out of the way to open himself up for that body position. It was interesting. That's been probably a big secret weapon of the Flyers in this series is the little sneaky cross-checks. They've been doing a ton of that.
Yeah, they have. And the Penguins have been smart. This hasn't been a nasty game, like the three previous games where the Flyers were going after the Penguins, trying to agitate them. I think the Penguins are dictating a little bit with their speed and possession, and they're staying out of that stuff here in this game. It hasn't been chaos as we've seen in the previous three, so that plays in the Penguins' favor, no question. They're handling it well.
Army, we have about 40 seconds here. If they can stay alive here tonight, how big will it be for them to get first goals from Crosby, first goals from Raquel? Those guys were so important all year, but they've been held off the board till tonight.
Yeah, and 5-on-5, right? A little lucky goal by Raquel also, but right now the difference is their power play. They have that goal in the power play, and those two guys getting goals is, I think, big in kind of freeing them up here. Crosby had another chance right near the end of the first period. I don't think I've seen him skate that fast in this series thus far. He's been pretty neutralized with the way that the Flyers have, clogged things up, but he got loose on that back post. Vladar had to make a huge right pad save, but to have those guys go and have them feeling good, that's big for that top line, obviously, and good for the Penguins. Special teams, though, right? They get loose last game, a couple goals here tonight, too. That power play goal right now, you look at it, it's a difference.
Yeah, definitely a difference maker, and let's keep our fingers crossed, brother, that we got a couple more of these coming our way, but it's been great doing these two with you, my friend, and let's get back to Pittsburgh for Monday.
Yeah, the boys got to drag them back there so we can do another one of these in the next game. All right, buddy. Thanks a lot.
All right, Army. Take care. That is Colby Armstrong. Always a fun hockey talk. When we come back, news from around the league on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
The Steel City knows a thing or two about winners. When it comes to environmental services, WM has been winning for over 50 years. We have over 45,000 MVPs on our roster across North America, from truck drivers to sales professionals and everything in between. And right now, we're looking for Pittsburgh area professionals to join our winning team because doing what's right for our planet is vital work, best tackled together. We offer competitive pay, great benefits, and tons of other perks. Start your new career by visiting careers.wm.com. That's careers.wm.com.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became the best-selling trucks in America. 33 million trucks later, we've kept that title every year since. And that's a formula we plan on repeating. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough. The best-selling trucks in America for 49 years and counting. Based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year industry reported total sales.
Pittsburgh-based EQT Corporation is the top natural gas producer in the United States and is a proud sponsor of the Pittsburgh Penguins' pathway to net zero. EQT is an industry leader in cutting emissions and using our region's clean resources to replace dirtier sources of energy overseas. EQT and the Penguins are focused on achieving key climate goals and reducing emissions across Pittsburgh and beyond. Visit EQT.com to learn more about how EQT is moving towards the future and setting the standard for production of affordable, reliable, and clean energy.
As the largest and most experienced program in the region, UPMC Sports Medicine knows that injuries can happen to anyone, whether you're a weekend athlete, a rising star, or even a seasoned pro. That's why we offer a complete range of services and experts to help treat and prevent sports-related injuries to get you back in the game. To make an appointment, visit upmcsportsmedicine.com. The UPMC is the official healthcare provider of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
This segment of the Penguins Live Intermission Report is brought to you by Smith's Hot Dogs, proud sponsor of the Penguins and official hot dogs at PBG Paints Arena.
Penguins 2, Flyers 1 after 2 in Game 4 of this opening round series. Penguins need to hold on to force a Game 5 or they head home for the year. Nobody wants that. Brian Metzer back here with you, and you heard Army talking about it. You got to just shut down those odd man rushes for the Flyers because as well as the Penguins have played, they've still managed to get in behind the Penguins on too many occasions here tonight. So we need to mitigate that, if you will. Looking around the league at a couple other situations, the Edmonton Oilers getting a little frustrated against the Anaheim Ducks so far in their opening round series. The Ducks have been getting the better better of them. They've been shutting down Connor McDavid. Lacombe and company have done a really nice job. He's been part of that shadow. It's been a three-man unit at times, shutting down big number 97, and they've held him to a goal and 1 assist in the series. The interesting storyline now, though, is the Oilers have not decided on who their starting goaltender will be for Game 4 of the West first-round game against the Ducks. And it says Tristan Jarry could get the start over Connor Ingram. And that would just be something to see Jars come in and get the opportunity. And he has been maligned so far in his Edmonton career, and we'll see if he can get it going in the playoffs. When we come back, third period action, Joe Brand, Colby Armstrong will bring it to you next on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
What's up, people? This is Sebastian Maniscalco. Can you believe this? My friends at SiriusXM gave me my own channel, Sebastian Maniscalco's Comedy Radio. This channel is handpicked by me for you. My exclusive 24/7 comedy channel is up and running. Channel 99 and on the SiriusXM app.
Feel the pulse-pounding drama of the UEFA Champions League knockout stage on Sirius XM FC. The stakes are raised as Europe's elite.
Fantastic start for PSG. The Bayern Munich machine is on the roll again. Arsenal are running riot in North London.
Battle in a quest for club soccer's ultimate prize.
This is the place where dreams come true.
This is where legends are made. The Champions League knockout stage on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app.
There's nothing like playoff hockey, and nobody gets you closer to the ice than Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Our experts get you ready for each matchup.
The Edmonton Oilers can outscore any mistakes in this series.
And interviews with the league's heavy hitters.
John Cooper, head coach of the Tampa Bay Lightning.
I love listening to you guys in the morning.
It's hockey talk all day and the top playoff games every night. Stay connected to the quest for the cup on NHL Network Radio, Channel 91 in the car, and on the Sirius XM app.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias.
Of all the players who were drafted in 2019, which player has scored the most goals in the fewest games? Cole Caulfield. Size does matter. You don't want a team of 5'9" defensemen. But scoring goals is the hardest thing to do in sports. And Cole Caulfield scores a lot of goals.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias. Weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and the Sirius XM app.
Membership today.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Seguin lost it to Scheifele. Scheifele with 2-on-1. Scheifele scores!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
A 2-1 lead for the Pittsburgh Penguins over the Philadelphia Flyers with 20 minutes left in Game 4. The Penguins are hoping that these next 20 minutes can set up another 60 minutes for Monday night back in Pittsburgh for Game 5. Sidney Crosby started the scoring with a power play goal in the first. Rickard Rakell doubled the Penguins' lead early in the second period, pressuring Dan Vladar for a loose puck behind his net. Flyers' lone goal came from Denver Barkey late in the second period. The Penguins are being outshot 19-14. They have the only power play goal in this game, and they're 3 for 3 on the PK.
First of the series from Rickard Rakell and Sidney Crosby. Also, that's big for the Penguins. And hopefully they put their foot on the gas here and suffocate this Flyers team in the third.
Crosby against Glendening. Crosby wins the draw. We're underway in the third period. Opening face-off is brought to you by number 1 Cochrane, Club 1 Rewards. Penguins now attacking from left to right in their road white sweaters. Philadelphia Flyers attacking from right to left in their home orange sweaters. It's Game 4 with the Flyers leading this series 3-0. Only 4 other teams in NHL history have overcome that deficit to win the series. Well, the Penguins just need to win a period right here. As Erik Karlsson grabs a pass from Parker Wotherspoon, takes it up the neutral zone and flips it down to the Flyers' end. Igor Chinikov races it down from Christian Dvorak. Poked along the end boards. It goes to the far corner for Konechny. who shovels it out to the neutral zone. Porter Martone tried to corral it down out of midair, but couldn't. Penguins tap it back over the Flyers line. Chinakhov cut it off, but couldn't hang on to the puck. Dvorak takes it, skates it over to the far side for the Flyers end. In behind the net, it's pushed ahead to Konechny, skates through the neutral zone, over the Penguins line, down the blue line, shot on net, saved by Shilovs. It's loose, but he's able to stay on top of the loose puck. Keep it 2-1 Penguins with over a minute gone in the third.
And Penguins were doing a good job of pestering, picking off passes, picking off plays, make it difficult on the Flyers to execute and get out of their zone and get in transition. And then all of a sudden the seas parted. And Konechny got that puck right up the middle of the ice, able to get into around the top of the circles and let a shot go from distance. And Shilovs kind of bumbled it a little bit, but he did cover it up as Konechny crashed the net.
Face off to the left of Artur Shilovs. A couple of 46s. It's Lazat against Zegras. The Flyers control. Drysdale down to the corner. The end boards. Tippett collects. Finds Drysdale. Bottom of the circle. Pressured by Girard. It's poked behind the net again. Barkey with it near side. He's got the only goal for the Flyers tonight. Played off the wall for York. Centering pass, but a diving Sam Girard cut the puck off. And behind the Penguins net. It's escaped out to Lazat. He'll one-arm it up to the neutral zone. Sweep it down to the Flyers end, working it around Barkey, taking it down to the corner. Trying to muscle a centering pass to Dewar, but he was tied up by too many Flyers. It tumbles wide of the net of Philly's cage. And then Nolachari boxes him out for the puck in the far corner. They get it to Shea near point. He'll rim it back down to the corner for Blake Lazat. Near circle Achari. Downstairs Dewar. Shoveling to Achari. And a backhand attempt just went wide.
A great little play from down low to up high. They work it back down low. I think that's where the Penguins can get some advantages. Down low, working that puck, hanging on to it.
Shea sends it down to the corner for Ben Kindle as his line's out there now in behind the net for Mantha, but it was poked away by Drysdale. Kindle trying to keep hold of it. Slams Cam York into the boards. As it squeaked out to Mantha. Near circle Soderblom. Ripped a shot. Pad save Ladar. Soderblom broke his stick on the shot attempt, I believe, so that's why he didn't get all of it. Flyers skated up ice to the neutral zone as Kindle tied up Barkey along the boards.
And a good back check by Ben Kindle, getting in on the body and eliminating Barkey and turning the puck back over in the Penguins' hands.
2.5 minutes gone in this third. 2-1, the Penguins lead the Flyers here in Game 4. Crosby tries to steal the puck away from Juleson. Penguins take it back. It's Soderblom to Crosby. Far corner. Went for a centering pass to Soderblom, but it was deflected out by the Flyers all the way to the neutral zone as Russ chases it down.
And the Penguins are making it really difficult on the Flyers here. They're kind of chopping pucks around. They're unable to get to it. The Penguins are quick to close and get numbers and create turnovers.
Penguins resetting in their own zone, hence the booze. It sprung ahead to Raquel, trying to muscle it over the Flyers line. He got through, shot it wide of the net.
If he would have just left that to Rust, he would have been all alone. Good battle level there by Ricard Raquel, 1-on-2.
Penguins take the puck away again in their own zone. Erik Karlsson over to Wotherspoon. Snap to Sid in between the penalty boxes. He'll dash it back to Wotherspoon. Penguins reset in their own zone again. Karlsson pressured by Hathaway. He takes it away. Far half wall, the Penguin zone. Ties it up along the boards. Dewar races in to try to pry the puck free. Still pinned along the boards on the far half side as Karlsson throws a couple of jabs at Hathaway. We got a whistle blown here.
What happened there? Karlsson's hurt. He's coming out of that pile. I don't know what happened. Karlsson just started throwing bombs on Hathaway.
And they're skating Hathaway to the box right now. We need to see another look at this.
Oh, he elbowed Karlsson in the face, and Karlsson snapped. Hathaway with a little elbow, rabbit elbow, right on the nose of Karlsson.
Philadelphia 19, minor penalty. Elbowing. Pittsburgh 65, minor penalty. Roughing.
And Karlsson was right on his back. It was tied up on the wall for an extended period of time. And Hathaway just chucked an old Gordie Howe special on Karlsson. And Karlsson hit him with about 3 right bombs. That had to hurt Karlsson, no question. And they'll both sit, though.
He got about 3 undercuts.
Oh, I haven't seen Karlsson snap like that.
Not me neither. So it'll be 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes.
That was a nasty elbow, though. I didn't see his arm go up with the elbow, though. I don't know if he was going to call the elbow until Karlsson started raining down bombs on him.
We get a face-off to the left of Shilovs. Dvorak against Blake Lizotte. Karlsson is part of this Penguins PK, but again, it's 4-on-4. As Lizotte wins the draw. They get it to Letang. We'll send it ahead to Dewar. Jumps off his stick. He'll retreat it back down to the near corner of the Penguins' end. Behind the look pass to Letang. Skates it up to the neutral zone. Snapped it rink wide for Girard. Playing it off the far wall. Curls around to the circle. Blew a tire. Still gets a pass to Lizotte, though. Chucked it up to Raquel. Letang now near point. He'll send it rink wide to Girard. Far circle. He'll curl around. Crosby's off the bench. High slot Girard. Drop back pass Letang. Fired it towards the net. It got deflected, though. Crosby in the far corner. Got it to Raquel. Tied up into the boards by Dvorak. Sid races in there to try the puck away from Konechny. He does. Kicks it up to Letang. High slot. Letang in the slot. A bomb. He scores! Chris Letang. Bang, bang. It's 3-1 Penguins.
Well, that was all off a battle. What I've been talking about all game. Some good playmaking in the zone and possession to work it to an area of the ice where there was a battle. Crosby came in there, got body position, and he just muscled it out of there. And then used his foot to kick it back to the point. And then Crosby went to the net and kind of picked everybody on the ice and cleared a path for Karlsson, or for Letang, excuse me. And he walked it right in. He got it into just inside the top of the circles, right down the guts of the ice, and leaned into one. Low blocker on Vladar. 2-goal lead reestablished. A massive, hard-working 4-on-4 goal for the Penguins.
Chris Letang had 3 goals during the regular season. 2 of them were game winners, both in overtime. But he gives the Penguins back a 2-goal lead. We've got about 15 and a half to play here in Philly in Game 4.
And you think Sidney Crosby and Chris Letang are going to go quietly into the night? Just saw a shot of Sid on the bench. He's possessed.
Crosby now with a goal and an assist tonight. Malkin collects far side. Will dish it back to Wotherspoon. Takes it over the Flyers line. Chipped it down to the corner. Rims over to the near side. Sanheim plays it off the boards. Get crunched into the wall by Igor Chinikov. Tumbled away to Sanheim. He chips it off the end wall to the far side for Ristolainen, playing it off the wall. They send it rink wide to Sanheim. Slows down near side of the neutral zone. Pitch back to Ristolainen. Fiercely into the Penguin zone. Rister fought off the glove by Shilovs. Rebounding behind the net. Ristolainen fighting for it. Plays it up to the point for Sanheim. Keeps it onside. Wrist one to the circle for Zegras. Now back to Sanheim. Near side. Centering pass. Cut off by Ryan Shea.
Ryan Shea's had a good stick a lot of times here tonight. He's broke up a lot of plays.
Now he gets it to Evgeny Malkin with 5 seconds to go. A 4-on-4 hockey. Penguins lead 3-1 thanks to Chris Letang's goal in this third period. Both Hathaway and Karlsson are out of the boxes. We're back to 5-on-5. A little over 14 to go in this game. Mantha over the Flyers line, chips it down to the corner. Rolls along the end boards. Drysdale thrown into the wall by Ben Kindle. Hathaway taps it up the far wall. Couturier tried to work it out. It's taken by Hathaway now. Skates it up to center ice over the Penguins line. Tied up by Sam Girard. Still throws it to the end boards, though. And he gets taken out to the end wall by Chris Letang.
Chris Letang finished Hathaway hard into the end boards.
Flyers dump it back into the Penguin zone, but Letang knocked it down. It's poked out to the neutral zone. Juleson takes it away. He'll fork it into the Penguin zone, but just snatched out of the air by Anthony Mantha. And he caught a line drive with his right palm. Played ahead to Soderblom now. Lost to Konechny, but still able to get it through. And over the Flyers line. Works around a check from Juleson.
Well, the big man's trucking down the wall.
Got tied up with Sealer over at the far corner, but the Flyers take it the other way. It's Couturier up ice, snaps it ahead. Konechny over the Penguin line, near side. Chipped it over to Martone, down to the corner, below the goal line, over to the far side. Pitches it up to Ristolainen at the point. Snaps it to Sanheim, high slot, far circle, he lost it. Wotherspoon cuts in, but still a pass to Dvorak. One-timer, they score. It's Konechny with another off-balance shot in the far circle. And they just set him up. As he rips it past Shelovs, Philly is back within one. It's 3-2 Penguins. 12:57 to go.
Yeah, just a shift where Sanheim was activated in the offensive zone, kept the play alive, eventually worked itself around. This is a pretty nicely executed goal. Just one down low on the wall to Dvorak, right on a tee to Konechny. He's just right on the dot to the left of Shelovs. And that's on his stick, off his stick, short side, perfectly placed, top corner shot. And get that one goal game back again.
About 13 minutes to go in this one as the Flyers win the draw at center ice. Fourth line back out there for the Pens. Connor Dewar takes the puck away, shovels it up to Girard, one-timer, fought off by Vladar. Puck tumbles to the near half wall. Forster couldn't clear it. Achari kept it alive, got it to Lizotte, near corner, back to Achari. He bats it wide of the net. Lizotte collects the puck, far corner, brings it up the wall, dishes it down to the circle. Kicked out by Philly. As Lizotte keeps it pinned along the far boards now, out to the center ice it goes as Girard will take it away. 3-2 Penguins, 12.5 to play. After Chris Letang gave the Penguins back a 2-goal lead, Travis Konechny picks up his first postseason goal this year. And it's back to a 1-goal lead for the Pens. Tommy Novak through the neutral zone, chips it over the Flyers line down to the near corner. Drysdale chases it down, gets crunched into the wall by Novak. Puck tumbles along the near boards, out to the neutral zone it goes. Carlson corrals it. Snaps it up to Chinikov. They'll give it back to Carlson in the Pens end. Sent ahead to Malkin now. Backhands it off of Cam York. Tried to get it into the Flyers zone. He gets taken out though. Now ahead to tip it. Penguin zone. Plays it off the wall. Shot it wide. Toe saved by Shelovs. Luckily Carlson the only guy in the slot. Flyers keep it alive. Penguin zone. Downstairs to Zegras. Centering pass. And Tippett couldn't get a hold of it. Sanheim with it. Near half wall. High slot Ristolainen. Rister saved by Shelovs. Rebound kicked out. Novak will take it and saucer it down to the Flyers end.
That rebound kicked out. And it looked like it just stalled on the stick of Carlson in midair. He was able to pump it out of there. Pretty good couple chances just now by the Flyers.
Crowd coming alive again as the Flyers are out shooting the Penguins 23-16. Penguins lead by a goal though. 11 minutes to go in regulation. Cut off at the near half boards. Mantha takes the loose puck. Will bring it up to center ice. Stretch pass ahead to Soderblom. Jumped off his stick. They'll have to chase it down to the near corner. Tied up by Sanheim. Worked out along the circle. Mantha looking to keep it away. Kindle's got it. They'll take it to the high slot. Turn around. Rister high of the net.
Through traffic.
Mantha plays the rebound. Pitches it up looking for Letang. But Couturier got a piece of it. Pokes it all the way down to the Penguins' end. 10:40 to go in this game. Penguins lead 3-2. Mantha overskated the puck in the neutral zone. Got tied up by Konechny. And now he'll bat it down to the Flyers' end. Slowly rolls behind the Ladar's net. Pitched over to the near corner. Up the wall, Konechny angles it out to Martone. Waits and delays and fires a pass out of the reach of Dvorak. Into the Penguin zone it goes as Wotherspoon tied Dvorak up to the end boards. Martone tried to muscle the puck away, but Russ takes it. Pitches it over to the far corner for Wotherspoon. Sent ahead to Raquel. Sweeping pass rink wide. 2-on-1 for the Pens here. Russ near circle. He's got Crosby. And a stop by Cam York to cut off the pass from Russ. Crosby takes it away again, though. Sends it to the high slot for Wotherspoon. To Carlson near point. Rister sailed wide of the net. Long rebound. Konechny's got it. Will hustle it to the neutral zone. Tied up by Connor Dewar as he only has the ability to drop it down to the Penguin zone. Pace picking up here in Philadelphia.
It sure has, hasn't it?
Penguins still working with a 1-goal lead. 9.5 to play in regulation. Along the far boards, Achari stops it. Sends it down to the corner as Dewar was tied up with Ristolainen. Worked over to the near corner. Sanheim sweeps it up to Michkov. He'll angle it out to the neutral zone for Forster. He's in the Penguin zone. Takes it far side. Tied up into the wall by Sam Girard. Poked away to Connor Dewar.
Oh, nicely done by Girard. Body and then his stick. He has a short stick, but he got it in there and Forster and broke that play up and then won the battle.
Flyers take it back with 9:10 to go in this game. Penguins still hanging on to a 1-goal lead. Zegras skates it up far side of the neutral zone. Over the Penguins line, chips it down to the corner, races after it, got tied up with Lizotte. Puck along the end boards. It tumbles to the near corner. Sealer comes away with it in behind the net to Zegras. Shoveling past it, Tippett. Shot on net, in and out of the glove of Shelov's. Rebound to the slot. It's taken away by Chinikov. He tries to dangle his way through the neutral zone. Flyers close him off. They dump the puck in on net that Shelov's will stop and swing over to the near side for Letang.
Oh man, that puck in his glove and bounced out just out of the way of the Denver Barkey, who was crashing the net.
Penguins dump it down to the Flyers' end. Cam York plays it in behind Vladar's net to the far side. 8.5 to go here in Philly. Penguins lead 1-0. They need a win tonight to stay alive in this series. Taken by Couturier, stripped away by Soderblom though. Soderblom couldn't get it over the Flyers' line as Couturier takes it back. Puck just going back and forth in the neutral zone right now as Soderblom will finally sweep it deep to the near corner of the Flyers' end. Mantha staples Drysdale into the boards, but he keeps hold of the puck. Played over to the near side for Couturier. Kicked out to the neutral zone. Wotherspoon takes it away with 8 to play here in Philly. As Soderblom went shoulder to shoulder with Hathaway, as Soderblom's trying to get back to the Penguins bench. Both those two get back onto their respective benches. Letang, who right now has the game-deciding goal, with a blast from the slot of 4-on-4. Crosby stole it in the near corner of the Flyers' end, but only got a short pass off that Konechny steals away to the neutral zone. Letang couldn't handle it. Dvorak races it down to the far corner. Got tied up by Parker Wotherspoon. Those two fight for the puck along the far wall. It's taken away by Konechny, now taken by Lizotte. He'll race it out to center ice. Chip it towards the Flyers line. It hits some snow at center ice. Achari will take it now over the Flyers line. Far circle, drags towards the crease. Couldn't fire off a shot. Carlson with a wrister wide. And Ryan Shea can't keep it onside. Again, a ton of snow built outside the Flyers' door. That slowed down the puck. We haven't had a stoppage in play in quite some time. Achari in the Flyers zone. Wrister fought off by Vladar. Rebound to the near corner. Lizotte sends a shoulder into Sealer. As two Penguins and Flyers go after the puck, it's Ristolainen coming away with it far side. Under 7 to play here in Philly. Still 3-2 Penguins. Here's Forster over the Penguins line. Chips it down to the near corner. Ryan Shea along the end board. Pitches it up to the near side. Achari can't clear it out just yet. Sealer keeps it alive. Down to the corner as Michkov fights for it. Shea comes away with it. Rims it up the far wall. Novak is able to get it to Dewar. He'll Murphy dump it to the neutral zone. Sealer leaps up into the air to slow it down. And yeah, no hand pass called. Flyers dump it in again. 6:25 to go in this game. Penguins lead by 1. Carlson collects in his own zone. Sends it ahead to Tommy Novak. Skates it up to the neutral zone and chips it over the Flyers line near corner. Drysdale plays it. Boxes out Malkin for the puck. Played up the wall. It's escaped and lost to Chinikov. Wrister wide of the net. Long rebound. Gerard kept it alive far point. Rimmed it along the boards to the near side. Novak tried to box out Barkey for the puck. Penguins have it. Letang a shot and a glove save by Dan Vladar to keep this game 3-2 in favor of the Pens. We've got 5:58 to go in Game 4. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
That is what happened. I ain't guessing, I'm telling you. Nobody breaks down the drama of the NBA postseason quite like Stephen A.
You want to go see the New York Knicks inventing new ways to lose. You up 14 one game, you lose. You're down 14 another, you came back, you still lose.
Weekdays, 1 and 6 Eastern.
You just invent ways to lose. What the hell is going on?
The Stephen A. Smith Show on Sirius XM.
A show so nice, you get it twice on Channel 82, in the car, and on the Sirius XM app.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias.
Of all the players who were drafted in 2019, which player has scored the most goals in the fewest games? Cole Caulfield. Size does matter. You don't want a team of 5'9" defensemen. But scoring goals is the hardest thing to do in sports. And Cole Caulfield scores a lot of goals.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias. Weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and the Sirius XM app.
Feel the pulse-pounding drama of the UEFA Champions League knockout stage on Sirius XM FC. The stakes are raised as Europe's elite.
Fantastic start for PSG. The Bayern Munich machine is on the roll again. Arsenal are running riot in North London.
Battle in a quest for club soccer's ultimate prize.
This is the place where dreams come true.
This is where legends are made. The Champions League knockout stage on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app.
Unleashing AI takes brain power and real power from right here in Pittsburgh. EQT fuels the innovation, driving the next big play. Both teams picking up a goal in this third period to keep it a 1-goal lead for the Penguins. Chris Letang with a shot from the slot. After a muscling effort from Sidney Crosby gave the Penguins a 3-1 lead, but Travis Konechny brought the Flyers back within one. It's 3-2.
And the intensity here the last number of minutes has really picked up in this rink. Urgency from both teams. Like this game flipped to another gear. It felt like in just every place, so big right now. This juncture of the series and this game.
Sid won the draw, but Carlson whiffed on a one-timer. Flyers take the puck the other way to Konechny, far side, centering pass to Dvorak, couldn't fire off the backhanded shot. Carlson takes it away and behind his net, turnover in the slot, and a shot goes high, tumbles to the near side. Carlson will sweep it to the boards, and Crosby will chuck it out to the neutral zone.
A couple good chances by the Flyers here, just missing the net on their opportunities.
5.5 to play here in Philly. Closing in on the finality of Game 4 here in regulation. Far point, Ristolainen has it in the Penguin zone. To Konechny at the half wall. Ristolainen, his shot pass went wide of the net. Martone shoveled a tough angle shot wide. Now to the far half wall. Carlson boxed out Konechny, but the Flyers have it. They turned it over to Wotherspoon. It rolls over to the near corner. Sanheim centers it. Only to Nola Chari. He'll skate it to center ice. Dump it down to the Flyers' end. 5 minutes to go in this game. Penguins lead 3-2. Barkey muscles the puck away from Blake Lizotte. Ristolainen in full flight. Takes it up ice through the neutral zone over the Penguins line. Chipped it high. It got deflected. Sailed out of play. We've got 4:51 to go here in Philly. The Penguins with a 3-2 lead. And you're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Spotting the perfect fit is kind of your thing. So when it comes to finding a used car, start your search at FordBlueAdvantage.com and find the perfect certified pre-owned vehicle at your local Ford dealer. One that comes with serious perks, like a thorough inspection, a Ford-backed warranty, even a Carfax report. Because you know what they say, the best finds are the ones that feel made for you. Ford Blue Advantage, used car buying that's built for you. Available at participating dealers only. See your dealer for details and limitations.
It takes all of us to take action and bring awareness to create a better community and environment. Penguins Pledge brings together key Penguins business partners with a common goal to create a more environmentally conscious community. Together with our Pledge Impact partners, Davey Tree, Exelitas, Duquesne Light Company, Kimberly-Clark, and WM, Penguins Pledge is a commitment to a better and more sustainable Pittsburgh. Learn more at pittsburghpenguins.com/Penguins Pledge. Wake up to value at Get Go Cafe and Market. Mix and match your mornings with 2 breakfast sandwiches for just $6. Choose 2 breakfast sandwiches stacked with egg, meat, and cheese on your choice of bagel, fluffy biscuit, or flaky croissant. Exclude steak and Impossible sandwiches. Fill up with 2 breakfast sandwiches for just $6 at Get Go Cafe and Market, the official convenience store of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Penguins Hockey is brought to you in part by Kent State University, transforming dreams into achievements.
The Powerball jackpot now has an estimated annuity of $118 million. That's 118 million. The draw is actually in 15 minutes. So don't forget to play at your local retailer or online. Pennsylvania Lottery proceeds benefit older Pennsylvanians every day. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly.
That's Colby Armstrong. I'm Joe Brand. We're here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where it is loud at the Xfinity Mobile Arena. The Penguins working with a 3-2 lead over the Flyers. We've got 4:50 to play in Game 4. Penguins are trying to pick up their first win of this series and force Game 5 Monday night at PPG Paints Arena. It's dumped down to the Flyers' end. If the Penguins do score in the final 5 minutes of this game, you win a free Big Mac. Offer is valid 3 days after the Big Mac attack. Just download your McDonald's app as the Flyers ice the puck. Download your McDonald's app. Claim your free Big Mac with a purchase of just $1 or more. 4.5 to play. Penguins lead 3-2.
Well, I think we're seeing a different Penguins team here. I talked about that urgency, but we're seeing some big games from Sidney Crosby, goal and assist tonight. And Penguins in general winning a lot more battles than they're going to have to here in the final 4 minutes and 30 seconds to get their first win of this series.
Face off to the right of Vladar. Crosby wins it. Wotherspoon, wrister, glove save, Vladar. 4:27 to go in this game. Penguins lead by 1. Crosby with his first goal of the playoffs. Raquel with his first goal of the playoffs. In fact, everybody that has scored today. First goal of the playoffs. Another face-off to the right of Vladar. The Flyers have this one. Konechny, who has scored the most recent goal, plays it ahead of the neutral zone. Snapped over to Cates. Penguin zone. Far circle. Cuts towards the crease. Shelovs with the stop and the freeze to keep the Penguins up 3-2. 4:16 to go in this hockey game.
Yeah, Noah Cates of the Flyers had a good speed down the right side of the ice, past the Penguins bench into the zone, and Parker Wotherspoon did a good job. Cates was trying to get under his stick and get that puck towards the net. He barely got anything on it because of Parker Wotherspoon, his body and his stick in the right spots, and Shelov's able to smother that and get a whistle.
Face off to the left of Shelovs. Tommy Novak against Noah Cates. Fight for the puck in the circle, and Malkin will sweep it down. This will be icing by the Pens.
And it just came off that face-off right to Evgeny Malkin. He was in front of his net as a right winger and just chopped it out of that area, that dangerous area, and down the ice.
4:08 to go in this game. Face off to the right of Shelovs. Novak against Noah Cates. Flyers have it. Ristolainen near point. Down the blue line. High slot. Drags. Rister never got through traffic. Far corner. He plays it along the end boards. Novak tries to keep it away. Worked up the far wall. Forster tied up at the half boards. Taken away by Novak. Couldn't clear it out though. Dumped back in by the Flyers. Carlson kicks it up the wall right to Konechny. He'll take it down to the corner, but then gets stripped of the puck by Carlson. Forked up the wall to Forster. Far point, it's Ristolainen. Dumps it deep. Novak cuts it off. Kicks it ahead of the neutral zone, but it missed everyone. Did it. That'll be icing by the Penguins. 3:37 to go. 3-2, the Penguins lead.
The Flyers just can't execute. There's a few chances. It's like, oh no. And they bobble it and turn it back over. And, off the last face-off, Ristolainen able to walk all the way around to the middle of the ice from his left point position off that draw. Penguins really stacked the middle of the ice. Big shot blocks. We've seen that too a little better here at key situations. Sacrificing their body, getting in lanes for the Penguins.
Another face-off in the Penguins zone. This to the right of Shelovs. Couturier against Novak. Puck in the circle. Taken by Tippett. Stripped by Wotherspoon. Played up to the point. York to Drysdale. High slot. Back to York at the point. Rister wide. Off the end boards. Couturier plays it. Brings it over to the far corner. Zegras off the boards. Back to Couturier. Corner of the trapezoid. Back to Zegras. Far half wall. Taken away by Carlson. Now Chinakhov will flip it out to the neutral zone with 3:15 to go in this game. Penguins up by 1. Tip it over the Penguins line. Had some trouble as Wotherspoon shoveled it out to center ice. Lazant now muscling for the puck in between the penalty boxes. York gets it to Drysdale. Both those two in the Flyers zone. We'll keep an eye on Vladar. 3 minutes to go in the game. Shot on net that Shelovs easily gloves and lays down for Wotherspoon near side. He snaps it up to Dewar neutral zone. Taps it over the Flyers line. Gets it down to the corner. Ristolainen against Achari. Crunched into the boards. Fight for the puck. Far corner of the trapezoid. It's squeaked out to the circle. Taken away to Dvorak. He'll leave it back for Sanheim. Skating up to the neutral zone. Slings it down to the Penguins' end. Around the boards to the far corner. Konechny reverses it. Vladar at the top part of his crease. Not pulled yet as the Penguins work it into the Flyers' zone. He's got to play it. We'll pitch it ahead to Martone. Coughed it up to Crosby, who dumps it right back down to the Flyers' end. It goes on net. Vladar plays it to the near wall. Martone took it. Swung it over to the far side for Ristolainen. 2:20 to go here in Philly. Penguins lead 3-2. Poked ahead to Crosby. He'll chip it over the Flyers line. York collects. 2:10 to go in the game. Played ahead to Noah Cates. Stretch pass off the near boards, and the Flyers are offside. 2:08 to go here in Philly. Penguins lead 3-2, and we'll go to a break. Why would you go anywhere else other than the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank?
Hey, it's Mike Dern.
It is I, Trey Cool.
I'm Billy Joe from Green Day, and we built an entire channel for you.
Don't want to be an American idiot.
Idiot Nation. Punk rock from our point of view. Part history, part discovery, part live. And a whole lot of us. Our channel, Idiot Nation, just arrived.
channel 314 on most radios, and wherever you stream with the SiriusXM app, included with most subscriptions.
We deliver the NHL.
But don't you see similarities there in Florida in the East, Vegas in the West? Because when you look at the draft picks or lack thereof, at some point we gave it a run. It's going to be time to pay the piper, isn't it? Now, I don't think that time has come for either franchise, but we can see where this is ultimately going.
But then again, it does make it difficult because you're on that treadmill. Eventually, it stops. And bottom line, you empty the tank and you got the ultimate prize. That makes it worth it.
SiriusXM NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91.
Feel the pulse-pounding drama of the UEFA Champions League knockout stage on SiriusXM FC. The stakes are raised as Europe's elite.
Fantastic start for PSG. The flying machine is on the roll again. Arsenal are running riot in North London.
Battle in a quest for club soccer's ultimate prize.
This is the place where dreams come true.
This is where legends are made. The Champions League knockout stage on SiriusXM FC 157 and the SiriusXM app.
.210 to go here in Philly. Now the Penguins working with a 1-goal lead. It's game 4 of the opening round. Now the Penguins can close this one out. Both teams will head to Pittsburgh and get ready for game 5 on Monday.
Well, the Penguins here in the third period have done a good job through the neutral zone. They're aware, they've been diligent defensively at making sure that's been a tough area here for the Flyers to get through in the third. And we're seeing a fourth line game by the Penguins' fourth line that's been their best here in this series as well. They're out on the ice right now.
And they're most consistent during the regular season also. Achari to take the draw. Goes over to the near corner, the Flyers zone. Ristolainen collects him behind Vladar's net. Skates it up the far side. Dvorak dumps it down to the Penguins zone. Wide of the net. Quick rebound. Vladar's heading towards the bench. Penguins can't clear it just yet. It'll roll out to the neutral zone. Vladar will go to the bench with 1:50 to go.
Weird. Vladar was just kind of waiting.
1:43 to go in this game. Penguins up 3-2. The Flyers fork it down to the near corner. Ryan Shea plays it off the end boards. He darts it for the empty net. Knocked out of midair by Porter Martone. Played to the far point. Lazat can't work it over the blue line just yet. Martone's down on the ice. Forster comes away with the far half wall. Now Dewar will chip it up and out. It tumbles down to the Flyers' end. This will be icing. 1:21 to go in regulation. Penguins lead 3-2.
Oh, man. I wonder if that shot by Ryan Shea was going to go in.
Me too.
Porter Martone just kind of stuck his stick way up in the air and batted that thing down. And then they ended up almost keeping that puck in. It was right in front of the Penguins bench before Dewar eventually got to that loose puck and sent it down for the icing.
Achari against Dvorak to the right of Artur Shilovs. Flyers win it. Forster near point. High slot Drysdale. Forster above the near circle. Brings it to the point. Sends it off the near boards for Cates in the corner. Defended by Carlson. Works it up the wall to Forster. High slot Drysdale. Far circle Zegras. Back to Drysdale. Shot on net. Saved by Shilovs. Loose in behind the net. Raquel kicks it up to the circle. Forster couldn't fire off a shot. Lazad with the puck. Chips it up to the neutral zone. Dewar races it down for the empty net. He scores! Connor Dewar with the empty net goal. And the Penguins go up by 2 with just under a minute to go.
Well, from a super close call and a puck through on Shilovs, Noah Cates almost batted at a puck off a rebound. The Penguins box out, get their sticks on it, clear it out of the way. And Connor Dewar with great anticipation. He sees they're going to get the puck off that battle, and he takes off. It's just chipped out, and Dewar with his speed takes off, beating Zegras up ice. With 56 seconds on the clock, they've got a 2-goal lead here in Game 4. The Penguins with an empty net goal.
Trying to keep their season alive and bring this series back to Pittsburgh. Vladar started heading towards the bench again. Puck was worked out to the neutral zone. Now they'll stop again as the Flyers had some trouble getting the Penguins in, and there he goes to the bench. Russ couldn't clear it just yet. Near half wall, it's Barkey working it down the wall to the corner. It's pitched up to Sanheim along the blue line. High slot, wrist line, and above the circle. 30 to go in the game. Sanheim high slot. Wrister redirected wide as Shilovs made the save. Michkov sweeps it up. Wrist line and one-timer. Pad save by Shilovs. And then Crosby clears it as Sanheim knocked it down with the right hand. 15 seconds to go here in Philly. Penguins lead by 2. Flyers chip it down to the Penguin zone. Raquel sweeps it up, turns it over. Shot on net, it goes wide. Martone near corner. 7 seconds to go. Martone, tough angle shot. Shoulder save. Shilovs. Rebound to the near point. Sanheim couldn't fire a blast. Thrown wide, and we are going back to Pittsburgh.
Well, Crosby and Sanheim tied up here on that last shot, and they're down on the ice, and it looks like Sanheim somehow got out from underneath him and is now on top of Crosby.
Crosby down on the ice right now as Sanheim seemed to have been giving him some jabs from atop the ice. And now Letang gets in there with Zegras as it's Rust and Porter Martone along the boards as well. But the Penguins win their first game of the series, a 4-2 final here in Philly. And they avoid the sweep. And they bring this series back to Pittsburgh, Game 5 on Monday at PPG Paints Arena.
The linesman's just manhandling Trevor Zegras right now. Getting him out of there as the Penguins come out to congratulate Artie Shilovs, who had a heck of a game coming in 2 weeks off since his last start. And made some key saves at key time. The urgency was there from the Penguins. And Sidney Crosby stepped up big time today as well. A couple points. And the Penguins find a way